family-friendly service. That's American Air and Heat.
I don't know if they. That's a.
Why you doing it like that? A new character I'm working on. Like kind of not quite Yosemite, but like a sprinkling of it. And Yellowstone is hotter than ever right now.
Okay,
you're the only person I know that quit watching it.
Well, speaking of hotter than ever, it's about to get hotter than ever. In fact, it's already hot.
It's really gross outside,
and your air conditioner is probably running 24/7, and your bill's going to get higher and higher because you probably have an old system. And talk to American Air and Heat about designing you a complete new system because it's going to be more efficient. It's going to save you. I mean, I've been saving like $90 a month on my new system.
Yeah, at least. If you're like me or Tom, well, first of all, I don't know who did this. I had some genius ran, you've seen this before. The guy that owned the house before me ran an air duct into the garage. That's great. That's really going to help my power bill, you idiot. And so after they tidied that up, they put a brand new system on my home. And what was happening, I have a 4-story townhome. It's not massive, but I had an underpowered unit. I'd replaced, I'd already purchased a unit, but the unit that I had purchased, I kind of got like shimmy dog hammed a little bit, and then they sold me something that was underpowered for the size of my home. Yeah. Now that I got American Air and Heat, they put the right size in there. Everything's working great. My house is actually perfect. It's never been this good.
When I got my system redone, they put a return in every single room to suck the hot air out of all the rooms. Instead of just having one return near my couch.
You were even worse than me. You had one return by the TV. And loud as hell.
It makes sense. It's like that cools your house more efficiently, and then especially, dude, the actual system itself, it's way more efficient, uses less energy. Yeah. If your system may be 15 years old by now, that's old.
Yeah.
Talk to them, get the preventative maintenance as well so your system doesn't break down. Ask for the Tom and Dan discount, 10% off everything.
And there's tons of little things you can add to make yourself and your family more comfortable, like an electrostatic filter, which I have. You have that.
The UV
light. If you suffer from allergies like I do, you go in there, you turn that thing down, and it kills mold. It's pulling the pollen out of the air. And I don't know if you saw today, the pollen's like on a 7 today, dude.
You're right. It's nuts. AmericanAirandHeat.com.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
To a Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Our producer Samantha's here. Hello, Sam.
Hello. It's a TD Wednesday Friday.
It's a TD Wednesday Friday.
Happy St. Patrick's
Day. And we
Day.
got more TDs in here than we've had in months. Yeah, we got them all.
Yeah. So we're doing Andrea Dennis and Crystal Van are here.
Should have gone Crystal Van before Andrea Dennis.
All right, well, it just left or right.
I understand. I'm just saying, if you want to make her a happy wife, happy life. I'm just saying.
I've learned that's how we read, since our books are left or right, that's how we read faces, and that's how...
But not in Japan. They read the opposite way. They read the opposite way in Japan. They read from the ending to the beginning.
How you guys
Crazy.
Doing?
Pretty good. This is the day.
This is the day that the Lord has made.
I don't know. I don't know that one.
Yeah, Andrea just started singing church songs when she got
because he said good morning to me, and that reminds me of all the either the little morning songs that Maisie used to sing at school or the ones that we sang at church.
I do miss how cute she used to be, and she's not cute anymore. She was not cute this morning. She was a real pain in the ass.
She's 7, and she's already concerned about what she's wearing.
Yeah. It was a fashion morning, and I don't have
meltdown.
I ain't got any time for fashion.
And Daddy set out something, and she did.
Yeah. I said, this is what you're wearing. It got a rainbow. There's pink in the rainbow. The shorts are pink. Boom.
Did you make her wear it?
I did.
She went to school in something she wasn't comfortable in?
She melted down. Well,
she melted down.
She did prove to him that the shorts were too big.
Oh, yeah. She did. That's right. That's right.
Just let her wear whatever she wants, right?
She's picking stuff out of the dirty clothes because she only wants to wear and these are shorts that have the underwear in them.
Yeah.
So I can't have her
She
wear.
wears like all the dudes, like dude bros. She wears bird
Umbros
dogs
or something.
She wears bird dogs. You know, she's like, "Hey, bro, they feel better on my
Yeah.
package, bro."
I like that. Wear dirty clothes every day. That's
No,
what I do.
Underwear. No, jeans are one thing,
Yeah.
but not if it's like shorts with underwear.
And this is a lady. I mean, you guys got more things coming and going down there.
Well, and she
you know?
is out on the playground. She is,
She's flipping and twisting.
at
you know?
aftercare.
Yeah.
No, she can't. They're dirty. Yeah, so Daniel had to come upstairs as soon as he heard me yell, "You are not a trash child."
Yeah, I had to break it up because they'll get up there and it'll just go never ending. So then I got to get up there and I'm always have to be the fucking heavy and I hate it. And I got to get up there and be like, "All right, what's happening? You know, why are we yelling at each other?" Which is not something that I normally do. I like to yell at people.
What,
Are you guys in a hurry in the morning?
So this
No,
usually
but
is.
she has time anxiety. Maisie wants to be at school. She eats breakfast and then she wants to be at school at a certain time so she can get her second breakfast from school. So she'll eat like a bowl of cereal at the house, usually get dressed, get her backpack, then she'll ride her bike or run down to the
She
school.
wants to be at school as soon as they open the gate.
Yeah, so she can run in and get second breakfast, which is like a cinnamon bun or like grits or something. Like she has to eat her second breakfast.
But we usually put her.
You both look like
Yeah,
what
no,
the-
because I'm like thinking about like what Tommy was doing this morning. Like,
Well, I bet he wasn't
You know-
arguing with his dad.
he doesn't want to get to school earlier than like so the class sits down in the hallway before
Yep.
the teacher opens the
Yeah.
door, right? He doesn't want to be there too early.
Sounds like mama.
Yeah, it does sound like
It's yeah. He doesn't want to get there and
He
have
doesn't
to
want to
wait.
sit around and wait.
Yeah, I don't want
So
to
he
waste
doesn't
my
want to
time.
small talk with his
And he's
friends?
like, "There's no reception to this
No.
hall. I'm trying to send this offer."
Yeah, no, and then but he doesn't want to get there too late. Like he doesn't want to be rushing into the door.
Yeah, there's a
so
sweet
there's
spot.
this really tiny
A
window.
narrow window, yeah.
Oh, yeah, May has to. And this is usually not a problem because we set the close out at night. So
Well, I'm
we
gonna
would go
start
through
doing
this.
that, yeah.
But
We should start.
That's what
but
we're
last
doing now.
night it was so late because she has danced so late, and then we just forgot, and so it was an issue this morning.
And I think she's tired. I think the dance, I'm not going to say it's a problem, but I think she's tired because it's
Right.
all the time.
Right, it's competition season.
Yeah, and she just broke down this morning, and I slapped her. I'm like, "Get yourself together."
right across the face. That's
Right
the
across
only
the
way to
face.
do it.
Right, well, I had an oven mitt on. So it was like, But
So-
then Tom was telling me that the oven mitt may cause her more brain damage later, and I should take the oven mitt off and just hit her with a unmitted hand
Yeah,
because
But
Skin
you
on
have-
it's
skin.
less blunt.
Yeah.
So how does Max like to get to school? 'Cause, I mean, he's very social, and he wants to.
Yeah,
talk.
Max doesn't really care. I don't think. I don't know what Max wants.
Oh, they still have my jeans. They're still, it's fine.
Yeah, they're dirty.
Yeah, they pull their jeans out of the hamper.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If they don't have any clean jeans, they're like, I'll just go in the hamper and get some of these jeans. It's fine.
They're so slow. I'm like, we're late. Oh, we're always late. Then we get up. The bell's ringing as they walk in every single day. So it's
Tommy's walking off with a thumbs up.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Everybody says hi to him. The coach says hi to him, and he just gives him a thumbs up as he walks
A blind
by.
thumbs
It's so
up.
funny.
Yeah, it's fun though.
And it's not like
fun.
I haven't
It's the
done
best thing in my life,
laundry
I assure
in
you.
forever. It's just she'll wear them and then immediately wants to.
I used to do that. And get in trouble with my parents. So she got that from me. I used to, if I had a pair of shorts that I liked, if I had a pair of corduroy OPs in there, red corduroy OPs, and I really liked them because I thought they were my cool shorts, then I would want to wear my cool shorts almost every day. And then my dad would yell at me. My
Can
mom
you get
would,
multiple pairs of cool shorts?
Not if you had the money that we had. I mean, I could probably buy Maisie 3 pairs of the same shorts and
Well,
no
no.
problem. It's not going to break the bank.
She does have 3 pairs
But
of
it's
the
not about
same
that.
kind of shorts, but we tried to buy a new, and Nike has changed it a little bit,
Yeah.
and she doesn't like it.
They're bigger.
Think about how much
Goddamn
effort
Nike.
this is compared to 1980s dad. I used to say 50s, but I'll go 80s dad.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, my dad didn't do this
Yeah,
for me.
my
My
dad didn't do
dad
it,
cut
yeah.
my hair into a. My dad took me to the barber, cut my hair into a mullet.
Oh, my dad cut my mullet.
Yeah, you guys,
yeah.
you guys should
Drunk,
have
too.
side by side mullet photos.
He sent me to school in like his old like Dolphins shirt and like my
I
brother's
like that.
my
Yeah, I got
brother's shorts.
hand-me-downs.
I like that. Like he's wearing your father's.
Yeah, you want to talk
yeah.
about a trash child? Boy, I had grape jelly all over my face.
Yeah, Kool-Aid mustache, no teeth.
and let's be honest, the only reason he was taking you to school is because it was a divorced house
Yeah.
and that he had to.
He was
Like
supposed
my
to.
dad, I have no recollection of my dad ever dropping me off at school one time.
No, I just rode the bus.
Yeah.
I've never remembered
Or
him
walked.
even being the same, like at
Okay.
school. like I never have any.
My dad
memory.
never stepped on campus of any school I ever went to.
It was absurd.
My dad was
a woman's job.
He would drop me off, but he was always the guy that if I had something to do, like if I were performing, he only missed one of those. We know that story about him being drunk, but he'd always be the guy way in the back that was just pulling up because he was like on some road trip to Port St. Lucie or something and came back and he'd be standing in the back like just puffing a cigarette. Like he just ran up.
He made it.
Like
Yeah,
he
but-
ran up and he's like, ah.
He's a hero
Sweet Salem Ultralights.
in 80s terms because his dad wouldn't even know what
No.
school he went to.
You're right,
Like,
you're
like,
right.
So like,
You're right. He was a hero.
yeah, because he's like like in comparatively to his father, like he's doing
And
dad
you're
of
a
the
hero
year.
because you go to all that stuff.
Yeah, but
And I'm a hero.
He doesn't
too.
want to.
when does,
I don't want to. I don't want to go to all of it.
When does this reverse? It can only go so far, right?
What do you mean? When they start coming to our
Like
stuff?
you can't just keep it. The dad can't just keep getting better.
No.
At some
yeah,
point,
yeah,
the
yeah.
pendulum's gonna have to swing back.
Yeah.
You gotta
Oh, where do
regress.
the moms get to be shitty?
Well, no, because I think
They're
still,
related,
do you,
so it's harder for them to be shitty because they made the baby, I feel like. I feel like
I agree.
there's
Well, they need a
more,
break.
There's
Give 'em a
more like
break.
true in the cells like obligation in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
There's something magical.
I
in
think
there.
moms are still going to always have the brunt of it. Like,
Oh yeah, I agree.
if somebody asked you,
you
say,
get mean though, man. You'll
hey,
light her up.
I want to invite Tommy and Max to a party. Can you give me, I need an email. Would you give them your email or would you give them Crystal's email? Would you give them your phone number or would you give them Crystal's
That's
phone
a good.
I don't know in what situation they'd ever ask me.
number? Well, like if you're
There you
jumping on. Right.
Yeah, maybe I'd be like, who? I'm like, oh, don't tell me this. I'm like, well, I don't know what the hell. I'd give my cell phone number, I guess, and then
I always give out your number.
I give out Crystal's cell
yeah,
phone number.
yeah. It's just an easier thing to do.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
So it's
easy
all-
for you guys to
Right.
do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Give these girls a break.
Listen,
Start
if,
getting more involved.
if we got a
I
if we
don't
got a
know.
divorce,
Oh,
I would take the kids because I'm the mom. You
Yeah,
see
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, that's
and I
what
feel
happens.
like some dads,
that's what I want.
most
Finally,
like there are divorced dads listening right now or whatever that would
Mostly
say like,
divorced
hey,
dads listening right now.
I'm just as much of a parent to this kid as you are.
Oh, that's not true.
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Oh,
One,
okay.
1 minute.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Oh, I like this. But that's not true. There's
we're doing-
I am not as important.
she's finally leaving you.
Yeah, I'm not as important. Wow.
She was- that was her
it was
boyfriend
that
call.
easy. You just said that's what I
Yeah,
want.
she
She
just-
says
she's gonna
I
take her
gotta
boys
go,
and leave.
and she
Well-
ran out the door.
This is going to be brought up in court. Okay, we were discussing our co-mutual parenting plan, and you had to work and ran around here.
So can I bring up something? So Daniel and I were talking the other day in the car about you had an imaginary friend. No, your parents had
Okay,
an
let's
imaginary
talk about it. This is a good segue. I wrote this down for Friday, but this is a Friday.
So
Did I get fucked up because my mom and dad used a manipulation technique of, and we've talked about him briefly, but do you guys remember Invisible Jack?
I remember you talking about something like that.
So it wasn't-
I wrote it off as nonsense, like dreams.
Right.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
parents used to, like, if I was okay, I'll give you a real world example of like what I would have done to use the technique of Invisible Jack this morning with Maisie. And they have to be a little younger than she is right now. They have to be like maybe 3, 4, 5. I think you can get away with it. Maybe. But I would, let's say Maisie's not getting the clothes that she needs to get to wear. She's wearing dirty clothes, and she's not listening to me as a parent. So I use this technique. I go, oh, well, your imaginary or your invisible brother, Invisible Jack, he's got his clothes on. He's good to go. Look at him. Come on, Jack. Let's go to school. Wow, Jack's the best son. Look
give
at
me
him.
a hug,
Is
Jack.
this something your parents
Yes.
invented?
Yeah, what they would do is
this is fucked up psychology.
if I wasn't behaving right, if I wasn't behaving or doing like what I was told, or if I like my dad would, or if I didn't give a hug, or if I
guess
wasn't
it's better than beating
affectionate
you.
or something, my dad would be like, "Come give me a hug," and I'd be like, "I'm playing with my GI Joes, you fucking old man," or whatever, thinking, and then he'd be like, "Oh, Invisible Jack's here, thank you for the hug, Invisible Jack, you're my best son."
Oh, that's fine. He's just doing what we do, but we've got two, so we just use the
We
other
not
one.
do that.
I mean, I do it.
No, you should not do that.
Well, you might be like, no, like Max wants to do this, or
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
you get some leverage.
Yeah, yeah.
You
or
should
like,
never compare siblings.
You need leverage.
each other.
That just came naturally. It seemed like, just like Daniel's dad, it seemed like a
He didn't
perfect
have that, so he
manipulation tool.
It's like, here, let me make him jealous so he does what I want him to.
Exactly
that's
what my
right.
mom and dad were doing.
That is.
But I think it is now. Daniel and I were
They were
talking
like,
about
eat
it.
dinner.
Like,
Daniel's dad knew.
I think this has messed you
Yeah,
up.
we were coming over. You remember PR's, the Mexican place? We went.
Oh,
We
yeah.
took Maisie there, and we took Dansby there, and we sat outside. It was really fun. Hasn't changed a lick. That place is still
Is
a
it
dive.
still open?
They have a new one, but
in College
oh
Park
man,
now.
if you
I
want,
was going to say I thought they closed.
if you
years
want
ago.
mediocrity personified, just go there and have a good time. I still enjoyed it,
Yeah.
but you're not going to go there and you're not trying to win any magical Mexican food awards. But it was really, really fun. But on the way back from there, I'm just sitting in the car, and I had one like super strong, mega nasty ass margarita, and I was like, did Invisible Jack fuck me up? it was like it just
Out
came
of
out
the
of
blue?
it
Does
just
he
came
ever
out of
visit you in your
nowhere.
dreams?
It just came out of nowhere because I'm like, I've been thinking about it. I'm like,
Oh, man.
because my anxiety, you
You
know,
gotta talk about this in therapy.
Yeah, I might bring it up. I might bring it up there and be like, is this bad? Like,
Nah.
Yes, it is bad. You should talk about it.
You're born that way. Whatever the Invisible Jack
Yeah.
thing,
No.
that's just a minor little thing.
Okay.
I
Well,
think he
no,
haunts me. I think he haunts
yeah,
me. Now.
I think
He's
that
still around.
now Daniel
I think so.
like feels like he can't live up to expectations. Both of his parents are gone, so the ones that were, and so now expectations. He's like, who's gonna?
And now I
who's
think
there
that
for me?
I think the person that's there for me is Invisible Jack, and he says I'm fucking terrible.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
to
no,
be
you're always
sitting over here and be
worse.
like, Invisible Jack wouldn't have lost that file.
Don't do that. Don't freak out.
He will do that.
I'm doing it.
Maybe Daniel needs that.
You
to
just
slap him around.
weaponized Invisible Jack for Tom now.
And then I'll storm out of here like I did that one time and
Yeah.
freak
I love
everybody out
weapons.
when I had to take a walk. I'm like, I got to take a walk. I walked down to the post office box over here. I just stand there and cry.
Anyway, I just feel like we at this point in time, all these little things that we're doing as parents not going to add
Okay.
up to anything.
Okay.
Like you got to really beat them or molest them for them
Oh,
to be fucked up.
Jesus.
I'm just saying, like all this
And that's
stuff.
where I
Like,
come in.
Did somebody say beaten and
I'm
molested?
just saying, we're like, oh, is this
No.
little behavior
Okay.
going to change? Nah, yeah, I mean,
Listen,
you really
Don't trivialize trauma.
Listen, he's not.
It's a different
trivializing-
kind of trauma,
He's
but it's
not
still trauma.
trivializing it. What he's doing is okay. You guys all know him. When he decides this is the way,
Oh, then he's
Mandalorian.
He's done.
Mandalorian.
He's
That's
done.
it.
Where's my help?
He's done.
so he recently has decided
Oh, no.
that you're born who you are, and
Oh, yeah,
matters.
Oh, we're
Born
dealing with
this
that.
way,
Yeah,
yes.
we're done. We're that. And
a
once
lot of pushback
you've
on
been
this.
born that
It
way,
gives him an excuse
nothing-
to never change or
nothing
better
can-
himself. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've been telling him this for months, but he
Yeah,
doesn't listen to me.
Yeah, and I'm like, so
He got me to a point where I told Andrew, I was like, I'm not going to therapy anymore. Tom says I'm born this way.
Yeah, it's because everybody's
lazy.
Then you know what?
trying.
Stop taking your medication because you don't need it.
I did.
No,
Why do you think I
Born
want
that way, Tom.
Yeah, why do you think I want to run out of here? I'm freaking out right now. Invisible Jack.
You got to take your medication. You're a menace to society.
Jeez,
she's talking to you.
I'm
I'm
drinking
talking
my
both
juice
of
in
you.
the hood.
If you're born that way, you don't need the medication, right?
No. There's certain things that you got to.
Oh, I hope you get off Adderall and you get Steve Bannon and you.
Yeah, no,
He'll
no.
never do that. He'll never go back to the Bannon.
You're taking the medication because it's helping you live,
But you weren't
a
born
better
that way.
life. No, I know, but like that is severely hindering your life.
Yeah, so is everything else about your behavior.
No, not but everything. Like there's that could be like, well, you should if someone is born a certain way, then you should change them to the way that society feels is the way. Which
No,
I don't
you're
even
putting
know.
extra shit on that. Nobody said that.
Well, it's just like everybody's give me shit because they're like you're too unemotional. You got to become more emotional.
I'm not giving you shit about that.
No,
Raise your hand.
It's really.
Do you think?
Just
I don't know.
Crystal saying.
Why's your voice cracking? You crying over there?
No. I just
It's a
want to know.
very serious voice.
So you don't think that everything that happened in your life, from your father to your brother,
Don't
has
bring it up. What are you fucking doing?
changed who you are? Like,
I don't-
you think you were born so unemotional, but then you had these things happen in your life that
Hardened
didn't-
you.
right?
Yeah.
Like even if you were born a little bit leaning towards
Right.
like being less affectionate
leaning
and
tower of
emotional.
unemotionality.
Like those things had major effects on
Yes.
you.
It could, yes, and I agree
It
with
did.
that. But
it could. It did.
Well, I'm just looking at Tommy, and Tommy didn't have anything traumatic happen to him. He's pretty similar to how my outlook.
Tommy snuggles me. He pets my arm. He tells me he loves me
When's the
all
last
the
time you
time.
petted her arm?
Well, that's what
When's
babies
the last
do. Then you get.
Oh, I didn't. See, this is a
when
new
you become a
revelation.
man, you're just like, well, no more petting.
No.
I
I
got
want
work.
more petting.
He loves his brother so much. He wants to snuggle up with Max.
Aw, that's
he's
sweet.
He's very loving.
I
When's the
know.
last time you petted your wife's arm?
Well, he's part of you, though. So whatever I got from my father and my mom,
There you go.
then I'm
I mean,
a
your
different.
mom's
I'm a
pretty
They're
different.
talking in circles. God damn. It's exhausting. How do you live this
I'm
way?
not
How do I live? This
That's
my
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
What's
asking.
happening? This is going badly.
How do you live this way?
17 minutes
My
in.
God.
And she's fine. Everybody's fine.
Every time someone brings up some valid point, he has another excuse. It's like,
No, no,
okay,
but
I
it's not
do
another
live like that.
throwing my hands in the air.
He's not
Get the hell out of here.
He can't be exactly the same as me because he's both my and Crystal's
Okay,
DNA
but are you
mixed
saying
together.
that you have zero input on him?
No, the nurture part of it does have some effect. It seems it's hard to see down the road what it's going to be because they're only 9, so I don't know.
Right.
Well, I'm just saying I've seen these kids born with some sort of 2 different personalities they got from us, and then that ingrained personality that Tommy got
But
from
you
me.
seem to be selective when you describe them.
Ooh, selective outrage. I watched that.
Because she's giving you examples on how he is emotional and affectionate. And then you're like, well, that's because he's partly you. So then he's not just an emotional robot like you.
No, I know. That's how I am. But that little unemotional part I gave him, and that means that it was in me from birth, too. That's all I'm saying. I used to equate it to trauma only, and I'm saying it's more than that. It's some
My
like
brain's going to explode.
baseline personality that
So you're
everybody's
saying
born
it's
with.
both.
Yes, just
you
like
go.
science
Okay.
says.
All right.
But I feel like I'm heavily weighing born with it more now.
So is that
than
you just
before.
giving up, though, that of you not wanting to change?
That's the argument that people
100%.
have. That's the argument that people have is that because, like, I don't know how you would determine that, well, this isn't worth me putting time into because no matter how hard I fight, I'm not going to be able to get incrementally better. I'm not going to be able to solve it or fix it or whatever. And I don't know how you would determine that.
No, you can get incrementally better, and you can make someone a better person, of course, and their behavior. Look, I was talking to Crystal about this. Like, there's addicts, right?
I'm an addict.
People are born addicts. I
Actually,
feel like are born with the
they're-
addict gene.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
100%.
saying? And then,
No joke on that. That's
so
a real thing.
You can go full heroin, or you can go Tom Brady. Because I believe Tom Brady is an addict at a certain extent. He's addicted to success and addicted to football and addicted to achieving. And what if that's how he became
right, and
Tom
it broke
Brady.
up his family.
He's also the best player in the world. You know, like so Tiger Woods too. Like is a certain addict. I
Yeah.
bet
You may not be
being
able to have
addicted.
both.
Yeah, and it's hard to have a balance. And to be the best in the world or the best there ever will be, you're probably gonna. Like, there's no free lunch in life. Like it's probably gonna make you not so good of a family man, right?
Yeah, I could see that.
Because that's
100%.
That's
Why
the-
have kids?
That's the sacrifice you gave to be the best in the world.
I don't think you
addicted
think
to.
about that, you know?
Well, that's a problem.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's a selfish decision, I would agree with.
so
yeah.
if someone's born with an addictive gene or whatever, you could definitely, as a parent, influence the way they go. You know what I'm saying? Like you want them to go towards being addicted to working out or achieving rather
Right.
than addicted to drugs. And yes, you can change behavior, but I feel like that baseline addict gene they
strong.
have is never going to go away.
Yeah.
It's like people will say, once you're an addict for life. So that tells me that there's something in there that cannot be changed. And that's what I'm talking about with what I think people are born with. And there's certain personalities, like I said, born gay, your sexuality, you're born with that, right?
I've been fighting that for so long.
So there's that.
It's
So
really
the-
hard to stay married being gay.
So you're born with certain ways your brain chemicals are.
We had
that
sex last night. It was disgusting. It's the worst thing I've ever done in my life.
Daniel was born with anxiety. I don't think anything in his life gave him anxiety. I think he was born with his brain
But I
working
think,
that way.
I do think.
But you can learn how
he
the
was
tools.
he was managed, and then when his parents died, which is trauma, it exacerbated.
Yeah. No,
so-
but I'm saying
What did it?
Well, who's taking care of Invisible Jack now?
He died.
He's just out there.
He died?
He died.
Well, he's an adult now, right?
Yeah, I guess he would be
grow
an
up with
adult.
you? Yeah.
What if I did a video? Man, you'd really think
What
I was
if we-
crazy if I did a video
what
where
if
I
we did
sat down and interviewed Invisible Jack.
Oh my
And I did the voice for him and everything, and he'd be like, "This motherfucker's nuts."
So I know that Sam asked the BDM page and the Side Chicks page for some questions.
Every time you say Sam Asks, I think of Sam Ash, and then I think we're gonna do like a fun music thing, and like we're gonna pass out instruments like tambourines and stuff.
So let's take a break.
Okay.
And then when we come back, we'll just do some questions.
Yeah.
Then
Is this a Ask Us Anything?
I've got some
Oh,
gripes.
We might have to.
Tom's gripes.
We gotta talk about
You
our
got
trips.
more gripes?
Yeah,
gonna-
I was going to gripes.
We gotta take our trips. Yeah, and we gotta we see if there's a resolution on your fiberglass engine cowling.
I wonder if you got an email back.
I would love to hear what
The
Crystal's
engine,
thought
the
on
scratched
it
up engine cowling.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, I showed you the wrong scratch. those
Yeah.
were those are.
He came home and he's telling me about
Now
this.
I'm
He's
screwed.
trying to minimalize everything, right?
No, I showed you the scratches that I showed you.
They were pre-existing
Yeah, they were
scratches.
already on there. The scratches are up top. I could,
And they're really bad, aren't they?
Yeah. They're gouges. It's gouges,
Yeah.
and you can see like the curled up paint still
This
there.
topic makes me so angry because
made the
there
BDM
are,
show angry.
Well,
I mean, the
no,
BDM
but there
group
are
angry.
BDMs like him that are like, "Oh, and say shit about it. It is an old boat. Who the fuck cares? Fuck you. You like I work fucking hard for my shit. You fuck up my shit, I'll fuck you up.
You know,
It's an old boat. This is logical just to let people beat up old things. This is a '57 Chevy. Who the fuck cares?
That's like
It's
murdering
logic.
an old person. Like, they were
Yeah,
old
who
anyway.
cares? It's old. Well, you guys are idiots.
You're intentionally doing something. This guy just did it by accident.
It was an accident, and I understand accidents happen, but it was so easily avoidable. Like he could have just parked the boat somewhere else instead of on top of another person's anchor.
See,
I'm like, there's
say-
like 10 spots right there, buddy. You know, but he.
If you're deliberately trying to go faster than you should, then it's not an accident.
It's negligence.
Yeah, it's not an
Oh, it
accident.
was
No, I
definitely
understand.
negligence.
Yeah, it's not an accident. Is
I know, it's
you
fine.
put all the boats?
Did they respond?
Not yet, but I sent them a follow-up email that got kicked back.
Please don't reply.
No, they got kicked back. I was like zooming in. I was like, I think I described the scratches in the wrong place, but then the follow-up email said message delivery
I bet
failure.
it's-
Oh, they blocked our email.
And then I was like,
We
blocked
should
your
read his
email.
email.
Moving on.
Like on the
No.
mic because you'll see how polite it is.
It's
I
too
didn't,
polite.
I didn't see it, but I know it's
He gives
polite.
up too much information. He
Like,
did it one time with a
excuse me.
business partner who we were talking to, and you're just giving him our plans. Don't give him our plans.
I always look at it like if people come at me with politeness, I'm more likely to
I agree with that.
Reciprocate that
hate
politeness back.
confrontation.
If you come out with anger, then immediately you turn the other person angry, and that influence their
There's
decision.
a little bit, not that you have to be angry, but there's a little bit. If you're like too polite, then they're like, he sounds like he's all right.
Yeah, you got to put some urgency in there.
He sounds like he'll be fine. Let's not worry about it
I
too
said,
much.
what are you going to do about this?
And if you choose to do nothing, that is
No,
fine.
I didn't.
Nothing? Is that the best you can do?
I mean, well, what? Here's the thing. I've drawn this out where I have no recourse. That I'm leaving my boat there. That's it. So I'm not taking my business elsewhere. There's no other place to take it. They know that. So if I was them, I'd be like, "Fuck you."
Well, you can take it home, right?
I mean,
I'm
the
not doing
storage-
that.
The storage cost has doubled or more since we've been there.
I got nowhere to take it.
All storage places are scams, right?
Park it in my yard.
All storage places are scams.
Listen, whoever's listening, we need a yard. Somebody let us
Yeah.
park our boat
I don't
outside
want
your
that.
house.
I want to call and then put it in the water.
No, you should get a house
That's true.
and they'll
That's
let
nice.
you keep it at their slip, and then you'll get a key to their house so you can go in, take a poop, get on your boat, go out for the day.
Need the cold
why
waters in the fridge.
Someone let me do that.
I don't know, because you're nice. You're nice. You tell them the stories.
Send
you
them a
hang
nice,
out.
nice email.
Yeah.
See, if Sam was nice, then her headliner wouldn't have been fixed.
That's
But
true.
She
Sam
got her
got
headliner fixed,
Yeah.
and
Well, I'm getting the money. We'll,
Sam
see if
got
I,
it.
we'll see if I actually fix it.
Yeah, Sam got
You're
a
pocket the money. You rip that down. Who's the
But
headliner?
that was not intentional, right?
right.
They left a gap in my windshield. It fucked up my car, and I'm getting them to pay for it.
Yeah, but that's a giant corporation that there is recourse.
There's always an excuse, guys.
But wait, I have something to say.
If it's a giant corporation, I know how to manipulate
improv,
them.
and it's supposed to be yes and. Tom's always
no
yes
and.
but.
Yeah, yes, but.
Yes but.
This has caused me a lot of problems.
And he was born this way, can never change.
He'll do it even when you'll be telling something good, and he'll be like, "Ooh, that's not accurate." And I'm like, "What? Damn, man!"
See, I told you, it drives everybody crazy.
I tell him, I'm always like, why do everything that I say, no matter what it is, there's some sort of rebuttal.
It's
like,
Maisie.
It's some
Maisie.
sort of.
Kids do
I'm
that.
like, man,
Well-
we're late. It's 8:00. She's like, it's 7:56, Daddy. And I'm like, I'm gonna fucking kill
I
you.
hate that shit when I'm like, hey, it's noon. And Max is like, it's not noon. It's,
Yeah.
Can't
Like,
wait.
I could be eating something in there. I'd be like, oh, this soy sauce from Publix is really good. Actually, that soy sauce is not from Publix. What the fuck?
I can't wait to text Maisie later today. I'm gonna be like, these people don't know what they're talking
You
about.
know what she'll say? I love you, logical dad. I love you, my real
All these
logical
people
dad.
are basing their whole lives off emotion. Crazy. Just-
Maisie went upstairs to manipulate me to try and get me to allow her to wear the dirty shorts. She wrapped her arms around me and she said, "You are my favorite daddy." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm your only daddy."
She's got an invisible dad, Jack.
I would have let her wear
Probably.
the dirty shorts.
Yeah, I know you would have. It should
Shut up and just wear the
Pushover.
shorts.
All right, are we taking the break?
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll come back and we'll handle your questions on today's Friday free show of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
I wanted more than being left for dead.
If you're looking to purchase a Subaru, or maybe you have a Subaru, I'm telling you, go check out the brand new Subaru dealership. It's on John Young Parkway, 1900 John Young Parkway. It's brand new. It's state of the art. I think the CEO of Subaru came down
Yeah, they
with
had
a grand opening.
You went to the massive grand opening event.
It's amazing facility. I know Tony Moonjet goes there just to have muffins and services Subaru.
It's funny that Moonjet is now doing what my dad used to do with his cars. Like when you find a really nice dealership and you love your car, which Tony does. He loves his Subi. He's got a WRX. He likes to take it down there like an old man, like my dad does, and he'll just hang around the dealership because it's so nice.
And they built the dealership on land they purchased and cleaned. They took out 40,000 tons of trash and restored the wetlands, and then donated the wetlands behind the dealership back to Conservation Florida.
Yeah.
And Subaru's an awesome company.
They're always trying to do a little something, a little
Yeah.
earthy, a little crunchy, something good for us.
And it's like they helped out our nature in our hometown. It's like it's not more. You can't get any more community than that.
Well, I mean, they also do, and not to get on a roll here, but the Share the Love event, we've been a part of that with them almost every single year. That's where they single out a charity, and then they take the money, and then they match the amount of money.
Yeah.
And,
They do that every single year. They do it at
hundreds
Yellow
of
Brick Road,
thousands,
yeah.
if not millions of dollars at this point, that they've been giving back to lots and lots of local charities near the dealerships.
Talk to Mike Stacks. He's our contact over there at Sports Subaru at their brand new dealership. So if you're looking for a Subaru, lifetime powertrain warranty.
Yep.
They're great vehicles.
Mike's a good dude, but hey, you got to get a hold of our guys. We got J.C. Harrelson. He's on the Chevy side.
Yeah, that's Don Millie Chevrolet in Claremont.
Mike Stacks, he's on the Subaru side. Now you got to let them know though. You got to hit them up.
Yeah.
They love it, and it puts you at the front of the line.
And-
It's an icebreaker.
And when you purchase the vehicle, they text us and let us know, and then we'll get you on the list to come in and watch the show. But Daniel's right. If you're looking for a Chevy, I have a Silverado. My wife has a Traverse. She loves them. Midage and Corvette. Talk to
Yeah.
JC or Mike Stacks.
I'll do that before you do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll definitely be a Corvette Danny here in a few years.
Sports Subaru and Don Millie Chevrolet in Claremont. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan.
Let's do some questions. Sam, do we have any questions?
I have a couple,
Yeah.
but we will probably have to ask the chat as well. This one was for a two-wife crew show, so this is an old email. But
I have a voicemail too.
But I'm
that I
very
can play.
interested to hear what you guys say. Crystal and Andrea, how do you feel about your significant other watching porno on a regular basis?
Uh-oh.
I'm 100% in favor of it,
Today's show sucks.
as it saves me from having to do it. Like most men, my husband hides in the bathroom to do it daily before he poops.
Oh, yuck.
Okay.
Before you poop, you're supposed. Everyone knows you're supposed to poop.
No, then you
jack
sit
it
in
on
the
top.
stench.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
no,
but-
then it stinks.
No, it keeps people away.
Yeah, but then you gotta. I feel like
I jacket
if
on
you're
top of the
full,
poop.
You guys are weirdos, man.
Every single time.
Yeah,
Poop,
yeah.
jacket on top of the poop.
yeah.
Why
White.
don't you guys just do it in the shower? Like, why are you
No,
doing it
can't do it in the
toilet?
shower.
Because they
Shower
can't
that
watch
much.
anything.
There's too much hair on the wall. in there.
Andrew knows. Like,
She's logical.
She is logical.
yeah.
Watched some stuff in the shower before.
Hey,
What?
blasted.
No, come on, don't talk about it.
Or do you sit upside down?
Hey, they
with
asked
you sit
us.
upside down with the water on it.
No.
I caught Andrea one time sitting upside down,
No, come
looking
on.
like Tub Girl.
No, come on.
She looked like Tub Girl. She had the hot water on. Like,
No, come on.
That's too far,
Come on.
Daniel.
Yeah,
Too far.
what? Somebody's gonna kick some energy into the shithole.
Mine is out of sight, out of mind. I don't know if he does it or not. So there was a snort there.
You know
Mark
I
that.
fucking. You know I.
Right,
If not, I would be trying to fuck you at all time. Like, ah, fuck
Yeah,
you.
you are.
Yeah, I'd be like, I gotta fuck
Daniel,
something.
you
I
are.
gotta fuck something.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
the time.
Last night,
He's like,
as
"Can I
cum was
please
coming out of me, last night, as
on.
I'm releasing, I look in her eyes and I go, "I'll give you a break now." I did. Promise, promise. That's square on your life that's a true.
He's like always like, can I put in a ticket? Can I? That's how he
Yeah,
like. And because I need.
told me to do that.
I know. That's how I need.
Fucking logical planner. She's like, you must put in a ticket, and I'm like, put in a fucking
like
ticket.
the engineering at the
She does it like the radio station.
I like this.
I have to put in a fucking ticket, and I catch her in the mornings too. I'm like, hey, ticket, I gotta put in a ticket. She's
But
like,
I'm
"All right."
like-
and then sometimes I ask, like, can I put in a ticket? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, ticket.
This guy, like, is just out of control. As he gets older, isn't it supposed to go down?
higher.
It's just like.
What?
No, I like 5 times a day. I get boners in the middle of the night, just standing straight up
Boners?
in the middle of the night. It's out of control.
It is. I'm like, I need
yeah.
a break.
Yeah, she told me one time. She's like, my lips are sore. I'm like,
Come
wow.
on.
I didn't know that happened.
Come on.
I didn't know that happened.
Of course it
Come
happened.
on.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
I just know once I put it in, I close my eyes. I'm like, this is pretty great.
Oh, people's lives are different.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Because I have to do some weird, like,
This is
hold on.
bizarre.
I'm like a goddamn CSI. I come into the room. I'm looking around. I'm like, what?
Are there any clues?
What's the clues?
Did she leave a ghostwriter?
Still, I swear to God, I mean, 24 years later, you still don't get it. That is weird. That is what I don't like. That is so weird. You're like a weird person.
It's not that weird. I see the TikToks. There's other people. There's a big ongoing joke out there
Are you gonna
in the
start-
internets that guys are horny and the old ladies don't want to give it to them and are pissed off about it. So I'm like, well, this seems like as a thing out in society. So I'm dealing with whatever the general public's
It is a
dealing
thing.
with.
It is a thing.
You know, so I'm tiptoe, and I know that.
And you know what I do?
I think
Because,
it's a trick.
You know what I do? At least you don't do what I do. Or maybe you do. Do you act like a baby sometimes? If you don't get it, do you act like a baby? Take your ball and go home?
That don't matter.
I need to give him a pass.
Why did you go, that don't matter to me, master? Like, why are you talking like
No,
an
no.
old white guy in
I was
blackface?
going to say, me acting like a baby won't influence anything.
No, I'm
or
not
the
saying that.
future,
I'm
yeah.
just saying, like, I will.
To punish?
She'll go, yeah, well, she'll be like, she's like, not tonight. And I'll be like, and I'll like turn away and I'll just like,
We
"You
talked about this last
disgust
time.
me."
It's the sigh. It's the.
Oh yeah, no. If,
Off to
if,
the-
I'm just
if that
being honest.
starts, I just go sleep in another room because I can't sleep in there now. Knowing
like each other? What is happening?
That's a marriage.
I don't. You know
Welcome to
what?
America, motherfucker.
Sam,
This is America. I just feel like screaming that.
I love him so much. I don't like him that much though.
This is America.
Sorry. I'm sorry I asked.
I don't know what's happening.
I'm like, I love you, but like, get away from me.
Sometimes I just want to read a book. I just want to.
You read too many books. You read all the books. Like, she'll be sitting over there. She'll read her iPad, right? And then she'll switch from her iPad to a real book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just too
All
much
right.
reading.
The other day, I
Let's get
said.
real.
No more bullshit.
Because in my mind, okay, all right. This is my only argument, right? So I do something. Okay, Crystal, and I think a lot of America.
Ladies. No, America.
Don't make assumptions.
American. Say American.
He loves assumption.
They, they're tired of their husband bothering them for sex all the time because men are traditionally or stereotypically too super horny. So we're driven
right.
by sex. We got this sex drive. We got testosterone. It's a drug.
I'm chasing the chemicals.
Yeah. It's telling
What's
me.
the alcohol give me? The chemicals. It's the
You're an
marijuana
addict.
give me the chemicals. What is it?
The way I
chase
evolved.
chemical. I'm a chemical chaser.
The way I evolved hundreds of thousands of years to want sex all the time.
Yeah.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's my evolution. I was born this way.
Yeah, now that I believe.
And then
Can't turn my horniness off.
and then Crystal is not driven by that. And,
Neither is Andrea.
but wants emotion. She wants me to be
She
nice
wants
to her,
you to-
compliment her, be
Apparently,
romantic.
she wants you to pet her arm.
Pet her arms.
It's a petting,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
do nice things.
Take your gloves off
Andrea makes
first.
me do that. When I get sex, I know that I've got a solid 45 minutes of rubbing that I got to dig through before I can get to that.
I would be fine with that if there was
It's too long.
If there's
though.
a
I'm like,
logical
God,
agreement.
Sometimes I fall asleep. I'm like,
If you're like, dig this hole, and then when you're done, you can bang me. I'll get the digging.
That's a great deal.
I'll mule anything around. like if you're like, hey,
so
move these,
romantic. I'll mule anything around.
move these rocks or whatever. Like I'll be like, all right, at the end,
Samantha's confused.
can I do
So
this
you'll
job?
move rocks, dig
dig
holes,
holes.
but you can't pet your wife?
No. That's
here's
gay.
it doesn't. It doesn't
Yeah.
come
Gay to bet you're
naturally.
Yeah, it's gay.
And I almost feel like this is the Tom Van boss impossible task that she's asking me
Yes.
to do because she knows I can't do it.
Yeah.
And I'll always fail. Therefore, she will get what she wants
Yeah.
and be left alone.
It's a trap. It's an impossible task. Like
yeah.
Andrea tells me, you need to notice things around here and start doing things. I'm like, I'm not that kind of person. You need to tell me the things to do.
See, born this way.
Yeah, if you-
back to born this way.
I might be on Born This Way track because if she tells me to unload the dishwasher, I'm all in. But if I just walk by the dishwasher, I'm not going to go looking in there. I don't fucking care.
When I set the garbage at the top of the stairs and you walk over
You know
it
what
to
I say
go
when I see that? I go, who the
downstairs?
fuck
just sounds like the guys
I go,
are lazy.
I look at it, I go, who the fuck would put their garbage there? And then I put
Sam,
it back in the trash can.
I work. I love work. I'll get
But
all
you won't work on yourself.
Oh, that's
God
nothing.
damn, that's a boring moment. Like,
That's a tell me what
I
to
gotta get that
lift.
Ricky Lake shirt.
Yeah. I'll get home. You're like, I work out in the backyard with the rusty weights.
Oh my
That's
God.
working on
Now
myself.
I'm like debating if you're actually mentally.
Are you really?
challenged.
Are you really beautiful? Are you doing the American Beauty in the backyard, where the roses fall down?
Crystal's laying in the rose tub.
All right, and then I just go back and do some pull-ups and push-ups.
I got critiqued last night.
He's
I
a
got,
caveman.
I got told. I got told that I was like, hey, I was teasing you a little bit. And she's like, more flicking.
What does that mean?
I didn't. I wasn't,
Do you want to know?
I wasn't doing it right.
He has no idea.
I wasn't
He
doing
doesn't
it.
know what
I
that
was
means.
I was doing something.
Flicking.
Yeah, I was doing something. I was like, hey, I was like holding it. I was like, teeter.
Don't get too graphic.
I was on the teeter totter, right? I was like, ooh, 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 and,
does
and
that
Macy,
mean?
oh my God. And Andrea goes, he goes, stop stalling, not enough flicking. Goddamn.
Flicking.
I was teasing too much, and she just wanted me to fucking take it to Pound Town.
Yeah, you're like frogging her, like frog
he has
dumping
no
her.
idea.
He has his mouth on my vagina.
God damn.
I understood that. I just don't know what you're flicking.
No, she wanted. Never mind.
Oh man.
See how bad it is?
I could. It was just.
Please
Tell
stop.
me the RPM. If you tell me
Tell me
the
the
RPM, I'll
RPM.
never stop. Just tell me, get me going.
That's not
And tell me
true.
the RPM.
That's not true. You get because you start getting there, and then once I give you this, like the indication that it's good, you move and you do something else.
What do? You get up here.
So
I gotta change the
annoying.
ceiling fan. Yeah, I gotta put it on high.
No.
What do you get? I didn't.
No. No.
No, I don't. No, I don't do that.
Tell me whatever.
Tommy does not do that. I don't do that.
Bad to open up the questions.
I don't know if I'm allowed to act like that. But
But we didn't, you didn't even answer the question. Like, you guys didn't even answer the question.
Oh yeah, please
What
watch
question?
the porn and check off.
Leave her alone.
Oh, the porn.
she goes, please, watch the porn. Jack off. Leave me on.
When he comes at me, I'm like, "Can you just go to the bathroom to take a poop or something? Like, get away from me."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See?
Does gambling get you excited?
No, that's no. What do you mean getting excited? I'm always excited. Like I'm ready whenever.
That's what I tell her. I'm always ready.
I know, but like,
There's never.
She asks, and I go, "That's a dumb question." She'll be like, "Hey, do you want to rub each other?" I'm like, "Fucking stupid question."
Yeah. There'll never be a time, no matter what,
No matter what's going on.
that if you ask me to do that, I'll never turn it down.
Never.
Ever in my life.
Never.
If I do, I'll be mad that my boner doesn't work. That'll be it. I'll be anger that I can't function.
Yeah. So there's pills for that.
Yeah, exactly. But then I'll have to take my pill, and then you have to give me 10 minutes.
I'm gonna run around the block.
I don't know how long
Get the blood going.
Yeah, how long do those pills take?
Oh, you
to
should
kick
do the
in?
injection.
Oh, injection. No, it's too
no.
much.
Put a little-
instantaneous,
It's
man.
hard. You can put a little Band-Aid to the base. I'm not
Do
doing
you have
it.
to do it yourself?
Yeah.
You don't have to. I mean,
where do
can
you
have-
inject it? Do you inject it to
With a needle?
Yeah. A
Yeah,
needle
yeah.
right
I'm
in
not
your...
doing
I
that,
mean, you're
no.
not like gonna drive to the doctor, get an injection, then drive home with a boner.
Your
No,
whole
no,
gas.
no. It's an at-home injection.
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not injecting my boner
No.
or my dick
I don't
with
think
some
you do
needle.
it in the boner.
Works
I think it's
faster.
into the boner.
Yeah, it's in.
Yeah,
it's in.
it's
Oh,
I think it's
yeah.
at the base of your testes.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's got to
Next
be.
question.
Yeah. Wow, that was a rough one. I'm hot in here. I
Have
turned the air
either
down.
one of them deep daydreamed into what if my husband had a regular job? Like they work 9 to 5 as an accountant or software engineer, then come home and there's rarely ever any work outside of office hours.
That's a good question.
I mean, maybe there wouldn't be so much like anxiety, but I still feel like in a regular job, you take it home with you. And especially now that like people work from home and it's so accessible and it's on your phone and everything. But no, I guess I've never even thought of you having a regular
I have
job.
maybe not deep daydreamed or whatever, but I think about it sometimes.
Well, that'd be
Like-
better.
Yeah, just you're always like, I don't know. There's so many ideas.
It's kinda
and
linked to it.
Wheels are always spinning, and
Yeah.
what can I do next, and this and that. And you always want to talk about the next
Yeah.
thing. And
We're
I'm
kinda
like,
married
well,
to
could you
it.
just have a task list and just do that every day,
Yeah.
and then leave it there? And
I want that sometimes. Like I would like to come in here, and if like it wasn't this style of job, I mean, please don't take this as I don't like. I love this. This is my favorite thing
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
ever
Well,
done.
like, the grass is always
But
greener, too,
There's a
you know?
lovely like I'm playing that stupid Harry Potter video game, and I figured out why I like those type of games, and I figured out why kids become addicted to them. But for me, it's not an addiction. For me, it's more of like a like meditation. The checking of the boxes off, knowing that there's a finite number of tasks and the ability to check those off. There's something in here. It calms me down to do that. The checkbox. Same thing with baseball. You and I figured this out actually on one of our shows where it was just Tom and I talking. That's why I say he's totally emotional. It's all in there. It's just, I don't know how to get to it. But because he'll say, yeah, it slows, that process slows you down. And it does. Like baseball. Things that like have, checks and balances and little regulations and rules and like those.
Finishing the tasks for the day.
The scooter,
and like knowing what to expect
Yeah.
tomorrow too.
Yeah.
The scooter, like working on that. Like I knew from this YouTube tutorial, it was like snip these 2 brake lines, pull them out, remove this bolt. Like I could do it, and I could see that I did. I don't know. There's something very pleasing to that.
It makes sense to me now that I'm older and it's real hard for me to transition into. It's not that I'm an old man already, but like you start. Now my things hurt and things like you're looking at it, you're like, God damn, like.
hate it.
But you have a lot of perspective because you live longer, right? So and now it seems that the true answer to happiness is super complicated, and there's never and it's different for everybody.
Yeah.
And there's working for yourself is good for some people and not good for other people.
It would not be. I could not work for myself.
And so it's not. There's not this general like, get it, work for yourself. That'll solve all your problems. Not true. Like sometimes people will be happier working for someone else or working for another company or whatever. And that just depends on your own personality. But there's also even if your personality does drive you towards working for yourself, you always the grass is greener on the other side. There's advantages to like I daydream about working for a company all the time because I'm like, man,
Easier.
That would be easy.
Somebody
just
else is responsible for all this.
going to work and then coming home from work.
put in your hours,
and,
yeah.
And most of the time you're like, fuck this company. I don't
Yeah.
care if they go to business or not. Like
Right.
I care if they pay my
And
paycheck.
it's somebody else's money until you get it, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that feels better too. Paying ourselves, I've never gotten over that one. Like, it always feels weird. I'm like, oh, I got that. Well, I always feel like when I get my paycheck, I'm like, should I have that? I feel like I
You
should
feel
give that back
guilty,
just in
yeah.
case. Like, I feel like that.
Right.
Because, but I'm an anxiety, emotional weirdo, so.
So then, but I gotta constantly remind myself. But also, there's the torment of, well, what the hell does my boss know? Like my boss is dumber than I am, or like this company's making horrible decisions, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like
I should be making these horrible decisions.
I'm the one. I want to be the idiot. But so you start looking at that, and then you're like, well, and it gets you into a nothing matters. I know when I used to work for a company, it got me into the nothing matters whole of it doesn't matter what I do because the getting promoted is based on chance and happenstance and luck.
That's a
and
shitty place to be.
A lot of things, and then
That's not a good feeling.
So then, when nothing matters, you fall into the no
You
fulfillment.
get a bad attitude, too.
You get a bad attitude.
I started to get a really. You would talk to me about that when we did the monsters, and like she would just tell me, she's like, regardless of what's going on there, your attitude is shit.
Well, I told him we probably would have broken up had he stayed there because of how
Oh my
his
God.
attitude,
I'd be
and he was
fucking
bringing
rich.
it home.
I'd be
And
single on that show, sucking all those old saggy titties. I'd be at all those I'd be at Daytona Beach sucking sagos
So it makes me
right at the Hooters.
feel that really everybody is searching for some sort of fulfillment at work, and if you can get that or get some of that, then that's what you need, right? Just
And I hope we'll get that one day.
just, like,
Still searching.
Always searching.
Well, that's the thing when you're working for yourself. Like, okay, if you work for a company, I guess your sense of fulfillment is getting promoted, right? But most likely, you always want to get higher and higher, right? And there's a level where you can't get any higher.
Yeah.
And does that make you fulfilled, or are you now like, I'm going to start my own company? Because that person may be
You're
best.
also leaving out the people that don't want to work at all, and they're just coasting.
Yeah.
They're just trying to pay their bills.
I saw my
They don't give a
dad's.
fuck about
I
a
saw
job.
my father's
Yeah.
desires pivot. Like I saw him working his way through the company, and he always wanted to be number one sales guy. And then he got to be number one sales guy, and then he made one more step into management and hated it. Like hated the management. So then he stepped down. But
Yeah,
then after that point, it was almost as if he realized there was nowhere to go. And then that's when his attitude sort of changed about doing it. It was kind of like it wasn't as good anymore because there's nowhere else to go.
I see plenty of like people talk about what is everybody doing working for these companies and like giving up things in their own life for this company that they work for, all for eventually them to be replaced anyway, whether it be they retire or death or they get fired. The company will just replace you, and it'll be like you never mattered. So what the hell are you working so hard and not paying attention to your family, or like not doing things that really matter for your own life for this company who doesn't give a shit?
I think that's a different problem, though, because there are now, it seems like there's a more of a realization that you shouldn't take your work home with you, or that they are going to replace you and that you don't really matter. So
Yeah.
you're just going to do the job that you're expected to do, and you're not going to do more than that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's hard. But that's a hard thing because the company or anybody who's looking at employees, you want the employees that
To give it their all.
or you want to promote the employees that give it more than they should, right? So that's how you get
I think that's what customer service is.
That's
on the
how you get
fly.
ahead.
I don't think it's necessarily that people are just more horrible. I think a lot of what Crystal's saying is correct. Corporate or that type of ideology, or wrapped around business or just a job, let's say, it's different. People aren't like necessarily it's not an identity anymore. Like your job used to be like your only identity and stuff like that. It's not really like that anymore, right?
Yeah, people move jobs all the time.
Theoretically, yeah, customer service would go down, would be on the decline because people don't care about any job as much as they used to. I think that. Oh man, we're gonna have to start get some universal income coming.
No,
It's a
seriously.
coming.
I never really gave that a lot of I don't know,
Oh,
thought.
I thought you invented it.
What, universal health care, I'm all about.
Yeah,
But
What?
universal
Oh, sorry.
income. I'm sorry, but
I didn't sign up for this.
listen, the Swedes
ain't American.
Swedes pay 50% taxes. I'm paying 32% taxes. You know what I'm
Would they
saying? I don't
throw
get
in-
nothing for
would they
that.
throw in a
I want
sauna?
zero.
I
I'll pay
want
an
a
extra.
sauna.
I'll take 0, and I'll take care of my own police and fire. I've said this before. I'll protect my house from
Yeah, just
the
let 'em
Chinese
burn.
if they come.
I'll shoot the balloons.
Zero
down, I'll do
taxes.
it all.
I'll handle everything.
I'm just saying it's not that much more of an increase
DIY.
for free
Right.
healthcare and education. But anyways, the universal income I had never really considered before until like I heard about Chat GPT.
Oh yeah.
And now I'm like afraid. I'm becoming like I'm gonna have to start wearing like a foil hat or whatever. But
Yeah, I have one.
Like, what job are my kids gonna do? By the time TC was talking about this with me last night, and he's like, they're gonna have regular jobs, but their kids are probably not gonna have regular jobs.
Well, it's
You know
just
what I'm saying?
there's
But, like,
less. There's going to be
what
What
less.
is there going to be
Sweet.
left for them to do? You know what I'm saying?
There
Like,
will be less jobs for for humans to do. It's inevitable. But I guess that's for future societies to figure out. Like, what the hell? Like, what do we got?
I don't have time to talk about that.
Yeah, fucking 20 years. Just party.
Let's
Like,
ruin the planet. What do I care?
you know, like I think about that too. It's like let's party. Got 20 years.
listen, if the,
Well, if 20 years will be 65. That's it.
I know.
That's it.
if
I
the,
don't even have 20.
if the employees get replaced by robots, do I still have to tip on the iPad?
No,
Oh, yeah, they'll smash
That's
your skull
good.
if you don't.
No, that's good. They have no, they just work until their computer turns off, just like us.
Fucking bitch.
I got another
They
question.
can't spit in my taco.
They can put oil in there, though.
It'd be awesome if they could
Fart some robot oil on it.
If given the opportunity, would one of the couples move and then do the show remote from each other?
You and I've talked about this.
We could during if we had to, but it wouldn't be
The same.
There would be some sort of decline.
It does work
in
though,
content.
because I listen to some shows that they are not even in the same state.
It would take me and Daniel probably 10 shows to get used to it.
Dynamics,
But
yeah.
even after like doing it
wouldn't
for
be
a
as
while,
good.
there would be some sort of latency, some sort of difference that the old school listeners would
Yeah.
recognize. It's just because how the hell are we going to go from 20 fucking years of doing the
Yeah.
show next to each other and then all of a sudden doing it remotely?
That'd be hard.
Although I only think the old school listeners would really tell, and like people that listen to it like fairly recently would probably be like, oh, this is sad.
I think your content is like the style of your show would suffer. Like if you had if it was more organized, we get on in the first 5 minutes we do this, then we read news, then we
Right.
do
I think
this.
people don't like-
that would be easier to do remotely, but you
Oh,
guys just freestyle so much, and a lot of it has to do with like
Your
you know,
interaction
just-
here in the office, your interaction on
that would be
going
tough.
to
Look,
doing
guys,
stuff.
you don't need to tell
events.
us what we do, okay? just stop.
But listen, as we all age, as we age, I mean, what's the long term plan here? I mean, are you guys gonna
What?
do this?
Well-
I'm saying
he wants
I'm
to party and then
serious.
die.
I was just saying. I thought we were party to die.
They want to party, they
Are
want
we-
to fuck, and then they want to die.
Are
Yeah.
we dying in this studio? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Together?
Like
We
when
better
we
fuck first.
We finally touched
when we get
it.
to like 55, could
I'm
we-
almost there.
Could we do a couple
55,
of
I'm 46.
couple of months remote? You know what I mean? Like,
I think we
start
could. What I
soft-
would like to
soft
do,
retirement.
I think we could probably pony up and buy the same level of technology that radio stations use to have no delay. That's the only way that I could see us doing it. We could throw some money at it. If we threw like $15,000 at it, that's not that much,
shit.
but we'd be able to make it happen.
Dude, I did a COVID show twice, and
Yeah, it's fine.
there was no delay.
That was $100.
and you were listening to
but
that.
you were awkward.
Well, that's what I mean by the latency. Not really the technology latency. I mean, like me and Daniel, like we're doing the show 3 feet apart for so
Yeah.
long, and then now I'm doing it staring at a Zoom screen.
I wonder if we did it in VR, if it would trick our brains into thinking we're side by side.
That technology could
should try that.
We should try that.
You know, because what we really need is just our brains to think
That we're side by side. You're right.
And,
we do a lot of eye contact. I do it with Crystal. I do it with Sam. I do that. I hope it don't creep you guys out. When I do that.
I need it too.
That's how I talk. Like I always go eyes, and then I know how I'm kind of delivering what I'm
Once
doing.
my kid is out of the house and out of school, and she is not so much that I have to like be there. Hey, we can do the show from wherever we want.
Yeah,
That's true. You could work wherever, right?
Yeah, I'm remote.
I
so.
can't.
Let's get the fuck out
Speaking
of
of kids, another question. What's the plan for when the kids get old enough to access the show and listen?
Maisie's not going to care, honestly.
Yeah, she already doesn't care what I do. She's such a goody two shoes.
Yeah, I do think it's like, my dad's doing this. He's like a nerd.
I don't
He's
think they
doing
care.
podcasting. That's so old school.
Yeah.
You know,
Do the
they'll
boys
be on
ask-
this
Even
show.
radio is old school to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, when the boys hear you on ACT, is it a big deal?
they never hear it because I never turn on the radio.
I'll play it.
I'm always
I'll
listening
play
to
it
podcasts.
for May. Like I'll put it on. Be like, hey, there's Daddy.
She doesn't care. I think she's more excited when she hears Mr. Egg. Like when she hears his voice.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
She'll be like, oh, I know that guy.
Yeah.
My sons get more excited, or have gotten more excited when they found out I was on YouTube than I was on terrestrial radio.
Oh, that's okay.
because
that makes sense.
because that is what they look at as the gold standard of entertainment. You know what I'm saying?
think a lot of
Yeah,
kids
Right, like
do.
that's the one we deleted from the TV, so that's the one that they know they want.
yeah.
Right.
Like,
You know what I mean?
they don't even
Yeah.
understand how radio works. Neither do I. But they like turning on the radio. They're like, "Are you? Is this like if you're on YouTube? That's cool. But this, I don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck this is."
May doesn't know what radio is. May knows we're on the radio, but she doesn't really care. She likes the events. Like when we do I'll tell you what does impress her.
When people know who you are, is that it?
That does,
Okay.
but like Sanford Porch Fest, like that impresses her. She's like, oh my God, you guys have this house and there's bands playing, there's live music.
I
Like, what the fuck is this?
I like my son seeing that because
Yeah.
they see I'm doing something. Like
In the community, yeah, it makes it a bigger deal. And she's like, "Oh, I see the sign," and she knows these signs. She's like, "Oh, yeah, okay, I got." She doesn't understand what we do. She doesn't understand it's a comedy show. She doesn't understand. She's never heard it. She doesn't understand that Daddy's filthy dirty. And when
She
I
would
curse
be
in front of her, she loses her mind.
Last night you asked to say ass, and she was like,
Yeah,
Daddy!
yeah. I said ass, and she was like, "Hey, hey."
So,
Tommy is writing books.
Oh yeah, you should have brought the book in.
Yeah, you should have brought
Yeah.
it. I want to see it.
From heaven to heck or whatever it was.
Yeah.
heaven to heck.
Yeah, you remember the
Yeah.
titles. I mean, Sam's
Curse
literally been
crazy.
writing the screenplay.
She's
Yeah,
ready.
I can't wait.
He wrote the words "horrible bitch."
What have you been saying around him, Tom?
This guy, this motherfucker.
Nothing to do with the, what
Yeah,
I'm
this is
doing
that
in
old
the
parrot joke. This is that old parrot joke when the guy goes to the parrot's house and the parrot says the N-word. And he's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I know this joke. I know this joke. It's a parrot with the N-word.
He loves bad words.
The other day we were playing football in the backyard, and then I
Maybe he's the new podcaster.
I'm so mad because there's raccoon shit everywhere. in my
You gotta
backyard.
kill him.
I want to kill them. I'm gonna kill them. I'll chop their heads off. I'm so fucking
Oh my
mad.
God.
I will kill them brutally, and I'll laugh and laugh. But because they shit in my yard, and I'm like, I don't even have a dog, and we can't play
Yeah.
football because Tommy. And then Tommy came over. He's like, "Can I curse?" I'm like, all right, we're in the backyard. Like, we had our shirts off.
Horrible bitch!
And he's like, it smells like shit. and then I go over there, and there's raccoon piles
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah, he's right. He's
and I'm
right.
like, God damn it.
He's right.
And I have the little blinking eyes and all that. It doesn't do nothing.
Blinking eyes.
I bought it on Amazon. It looks like a
It's
little
like little
owl.
Christmas lights.
You need to
They
do
don't look
that.
like nothing.
It said it would
Yeah.
repel all these things.
You need a laser sight, and you need just a small caliber gun and a silencer.
I want to kill. I mean, I want to feed them poison. Because I don't care anymore.
no, then the cats get
Yeah.
it.
I want to kill the cats. I'll kill anything.
Oh, man,
mass
he's-
murder.
he's
Stop
losing
shitting
control.
in my yard.
He's losing control, Mr. Fucking
Can't-
Idaho murders over here.
Can't we live in America and not have shit in our yards? I thought that was my right.
Well, where are they coming from?
They're coming from the fucking woods, the
You gotta
Castleberry woods.
find their. You got to burn the woods down.
I want to, but
Like
no,
Bambi.
there's- anyway.
What do the wives think about including Trav on an episode?
No, I think they would love
We've
that.
always wanted to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
They didn't ask you. They asked the wife.
No,
Andrea left. I know.
we used to talk about doing two-wife crew with and having him in there.
That would
But then
be
we were
fun.
like, well, he's not a wife though. We don't want to be insulting.
Right.
Yeah.
I have
I'd
a-
be insulted if you brought me in there. Like, you're the lesser of the thing.
I'm the man. So I'm the host, right? He comes in, he's like, hey guys,
Me,
what's up?
Andrew,
It's me,
and you.
Travis.
Right,
So this is what I think we're going to do today since I'm the host. Right, yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
steps in, he's automatically the
Andrea,
higher.
you're running the board. Crystal, you can be third mic.
Yeah, what if you invite him in on a wife cast? Then he's like, is he a wife? You know what I'm saying?
We could call it spouse cast.
Spouse.
Okay, there you go.
Spouse house.
Yeah.
How does Crystal?
But he knows.
How does Crystal feel about Frosty the Ass Man?
Oh God.
Frosty's an ass man.
Yeah.
It's Frosty's. Like, hold on. I put it in my playlist.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
Did you
Tommy.
listen to the lyrics?
You know, I
Yeah.
think Tommy and I are a lot alike. I think like the way he curses. He's an ass man. He likes Lizzo.
I don't know where he even got that. Like, who told him about that?
He gets it from school.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like the kids in school. I'm like,
And is it because
I've never
he's
heard
older?
this at Maisie's school.
Right, because like, and then what?
You're
Well,
not going to.
yeah. This is what happens when
Well,
you live in
is
Castleberry.
it because she's a girl too? I don't know, but like
Might
John
have
and
something to do
Gina
with
will
it.
say things like, "Hey, your kids are, saying some stuff around. Our kids are still watching Bluey," and I'm like, "Are my kids getting advanced
they're big
rapidly?"
dickheads.
Hold on. That is the wizard fucking with you. Don't let him do
I'm
that.
like, your youngest kid is working already. Like, he's doing diesel mechanic shit in your garage. Like,
I don't know. It makes me feel bad. Like, is my kid bad? Is Tommy bad?
no. He's just
Is he
not-
being exposed? I know he's not bad, but like,
He's being
is
exposed.
he hanging out?
Yeah. That's a calculation that I did in my head. Was like, all right, this is where we live. These
Yeah.
are the districts we live in.
Oh my
this
God.
is what you're gonna get.
District 12.
Yeah, there's a District 9 scenario.
if we-
Somebody
You're
let
lucky.
me use your address.
If we want to
I
sell,
gotta
told
get him
you,
out of
You
there.
can use the studio.
if we want to
We should have
sell
done that.
everything and live in a better place, that's fine. We're no more boating, no more skiing, no more nothing. and then he's got what, a little bit better. It's all the same shit.
You know,
because
but I feel
the rich
bad.
kids don't fucking pay attention to what their kids are doing. They're going to be showing them hardcore porn on their fucking phones, just like the poor kids. It's all the same.
It's all the same.
Yeah, shitty
Is it-
kids are shitty
because
kids.
I feel like some parents would do anything and sacrifice anything to get their kids in a better school district, and we are not of that mindset. And so then I'm like, am I selfish? I feel bad sometimes. Like I didn't give up everything to get my kid into a better school, and maybe I should have.
As the most
Maybe I
selfish
didn't
person,
do the right thing.
As the most selfish person in here, you just have to keep it to yourself and not share what you're doing with people. That way, people don't know you're truly selfish. That's the most selfish thing you can
But
do.
I didn't feel
The
like
thing is-
but I feel like then I'm taking away all this other stuff from them, these other experiences that they get.
They're
but then like,
fine.
Okay,
is
but-
it better? I don't know.
It might be a
Okay.
boy-girl thing though, because Maisie, the harshest she goes is D's nuts. That's just about as
She just
nasty.
says, these boys at school keep saying D's nuts.
Yeah, that's it. That's the harshest we've. And now she could be smoking cigarettes. I don't know.
Every time we pass a Wendy's, Tommy goes, "Oh look, there's Wendy's nuts."
I like that. Hold on. I love Tommy. Yeah.
Can't talk like that.
Wendy's nut. I'm going to do that. I'm going to teach Maisie that one. That was pretty good.
I look at because me and Crystal, we both, I did better, but Crystal, we both didn't take school that seriously growing
Why
up.
would you say I did better?
Oh, he did. I was a terrible student.
And I look at, we get the kid in whatever high school they're zoned for, or what's the best high school in town, Winter Park, or you could pay for private school, but even then it's like, okay.
Oh yeah, don't kid yourself. Like some private schools that
Terrible.
are really well known
Terrible.
around here, the drugs and the stuff that is
Yeah, because
so
they got the money for the good drugs.
rampant.
Terrible.
They were testing hair. They were mandating that their private school kids test their
Yeah,
hair
it's bad.
for drugs.
Yeah,
a while ago.
Because guess what? They have access to their
So-
mom's pain pills and shit, and like they're.
I wish Maisie'd go there and say, give me some of them pain pills.
Are the parents paying attention and
Right.
involved into what the kids are doing, right? And there's
The answer's no.
There's the poor version of that. There's a rich version of that, and throwing money at it won't change their
Correct.
core personality or how they like.
Born this way.
Yeah.
Or like you cannot pay attention to what a kid's doing, rich or poor, and they're going to behave a certain way, and you're going to get that in all schools. In fact, I kind of want Tommy to be exposed to kids and like have him like get pushed a little bit, just because I feel like that adversity will end up helping him, because I can't
It
manufacture.
helped me to communicate. It did.
I can't manufacture adversity for him. It's hard. That's the hardest thing I've ever tried to do as a parent, is manufacture adversity to them to get over it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm trying to make them do shit as much as I can or whatever. But like, really, like they're not living hard. Their fucking lives are pretty easy. You know what I'm saying? And like, how?
But something that was hard for him, even though it seems easy, was he had a presentation. Tommy had a presentation, and that
great.
probably that was so hard for him. You
Yeah.
know, but he
Yeah, but I
did
heard he
it.
crushed it, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
He did great.
So,
But yeah,
it doesn't
of
have to
course he
be
did
like
great.
it doesn't have to be. You know, he has to go through this terrible thing to
No,
give
true.
himself.
But I mean, that's a little micro adversity. That yes, those little things I
help.
look at victory. Like, oh yeah, he was scared of this. He did it. He got through it. He did well. Blah blah blah. That's what But I'm talking about like life adversity. There's a lot of people that get become tougher humans from life adversity. They will not get that because their lives
That's
are pretty.
a crapshoot, though, because a lot of people become terrible humans because of that.
True.
You know what I mean? Like,
True. I mean, and that is a mixture of how were your parents, how is your base personality. All of it goes into it. So yes, it is a crapshoot, but they don't have that, and I can't manufacture it. So.
Right.
If they can get it from kids at school and be pushed a little bit by the kids
that
around
one
them,
kid's pushing him a little bit. And I'm gonna go
And-
smack that fat little kid.
Get him!
I don't care.
Too slow,
mine.
fatso.
I look at it differently. I'm glad it's happening because again, that's part of adversity that I can't give them.
is this kid pushing him around like physically,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
telling
yeah.
him?
Pushed him off his lunch
choking
seat.
him a little bit, but
Yeah, slapping
Puts his
him.
hand on his neck. Kicked his legs.
he's
Oh
friends
my
with
God.
them. It's
Don't
not-
touch.
Took his lunchbox.
It's fine.
Is that the kid that put the rocks in the lunchbox?
No,
that's another kid.
But because
Oh, man, poor stick bug.
Help him.
listen, some people are born with personalities that everybody wants to pick on them. I
You might know
understand
this guy.
I
You're
understand
pro
this.
bully. Okay.
Yeah. And then that you feed off.
No,
it. It
he's
makes
saying
you very-
he's that guy.
Yeah. And then Tommy's that guy too.
He's saying that we're all picking on him.
yeah. And I'm
He
fine
doesn't.
with it.
Tommy's
Tommy's fine with it.
Somehow he's taken the things that drive us crazy and made it that we're picking on him.
Right. Yeah.
I'm just
That's
saying.
some mental gymnastics there.
That is a mental
How
gymnastics.
annoyed is this kid of Tommy's behavior?
here's an
He's like, I
older-
gotta choke this kid. He's not fucking feeling anything.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
but I thought
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you like that.
I gotta take this to extremes. He doesn't. I don't know if he likes me or not. I gotta
Yeah.
push him
I
around.
gotta slap
see?
him a little.
He's everything's fine. He's just living his life. He's not being excited or sad or about anything.
What is one quality from Tom or Dan that you wish your spouse had?
Okay, so I need to say what a quality Daniel has
That you wish
that I
Tom
wish
had,
Casey
and then you need
it's
to
not the
find.
super horny.
Yeah, nobody wants
Definitely
that.
not
Nobody
that
wants that. You know who wants that? Gay guys. I gotta find me a good old.
Brendan.
Gotta find me
If
you and
Brendan
Brendan,
O'Connor-
you'd be fucking all-
I'll
you'd
tell
never
you
be
right
at
now,
work.
If Brendan O'Connor and I were dating, I would, because he's lovely.
Yeah.
He always smells good. He's a
does.
good looking dude. I'd fuck him silly, man. I mean, he'd be like, stop. He'd probably still look at me and be like, fucking stop. What are you doing? And I'd be like, I can't help myself. I'm
he's
crazy.
horny too.
Yeah, we saw him at some parties.
can't stop,
Yeah,
won't
that
stop.
guy's a partier. He parties. He's having the time of his life.
I think I would take like Tom to make Daniel a little less anxiety, like not worry about some stuff. I would take a little bit of that from you. Is that you do worry about some stuff, but not to the extreme.
No, you don't
like you
worry
don't
about
make
it.
mountains.
He's calm.
I mean,
so
yeah.
I think I would take that, but I don't want all of it. I just want like a sprinkling.
Yeah.
Because I want him to care about
Oh, you're yeah. Guess what you're gonna get? You're gonna get me worrying about nothing, planning for nothing, thinking everything's gonna be fine,
Well,
no matter
nothing
what
is
it is. Yeah. It'll be it's fine.
No, I don't want it to
scenario.
I don't need to go to the extremes. I don't need to go to extremes.
I would take Daniel's care about his things and like doing things the right way. You know what I'm
dare
saying?
you.
Okay.
Like instead of just
Right. So
instead
like
of just
getting the cowling for the motor of the boat, like handling that immediately and then getting a
yes,
new one. And,
well, less that and more like, okay, if I'm going to unpack this box, I'm going to put everything back where it goes
Right.
instead of just
Throwing it all in the
throwing it all into a place that because
Okay.
I have to do it right now and not thinking about doing it.
okay,
right.
all right.
Daniel does things the right way not the
I
easy,
hear that. I do
lazy
think
way.
you're right.
He doesn't take
Tears the show apart.
That's important to him.
I've got
Well,
one
it takes
here.
a lot of time to do things the right way, and I got a lot of time for that.
What
I have to do it, this, that,
No,
the
no.
other thing.
What if
all the
we-
things I just thought of.
Or you throw everything back into the box and then you tell her you did it the right way.
Can we switch that around? So, what quality from either of us would you?
Oh, I want Crystal. I want.
I want Andrea's nice ass.
That hurt my feelings.
I was gonna say Crystal's big old titties. Yeah. Titties and that.
It's not a quality.
Oh, it's quality. And Andrea needs better quality titties.
It's a physical attribute.
I don't want any talking or thinking quality.
I have no qualities of thinking.
Yeah, that's all nonsense.
The whole chat we're just like wowie woo, just people typing wow woo woo. All right, I got one
We're
from Summer.
comedians. Come on.
Hold on, here's one. Here's one.
Hi, this is a message for Two Wife Crew.
Not a show anymore.
It's summer. I know a lot of you guys know me, and I was listening to the latest episode today, and I feel so compelled to call in and leave a message because you guys are really talking about something that really strikes a chord with me, which is
This might be
having
serious.
friends when you're older, like good girlfriends, like a group of good girlfriends. And I really started thinking about why is it so difficult for so many of us to foster those sort of friendships in our later years.
Husbands.
And I really started thinking about it. And I think maybe it's because I feel like social media might have a lot to do with it because we get to see a glimpse into people's lives that's not real. But we see it all the time. We all know that what we put out on social media is just a teeny bit of the iceberg of what our lives are like. So we get to see this and we start thinking, okay, these people live these amazing lives. This person has this sort of positivity. This person feels this way. And we start thinking, well, we can't possibly mesh with them at all. I know for me, in my later years, I have developed a lot of anxiety, depression, insecurities. And sometimes I feel like I don't want to put that on another person to have to bear. So a lot of times I wind up just, being at home. I have a lot of really great friends, like casual friends.
I do this with my anxiety. Where, not that I'm a woman, and I'm sure it's harder for a lot of ladies, and ladies be petty, I know that, and it's hard sometimes. But yeah, there's sometimes when my anxiety's so bad, I don't want to. I'll give you a real world example of it. I was having a real bad anxiety moment in here when you and Andy were going to lunch, and I didn't want to ruin your lunch, and I could have pushed it harder. I was telling Andrea about it.
Right. I was like, why don't you just go to lunch with them? You haven't seen
I was
Andy.
freaking out. I was not having a good moment. I was up in my head and I was whipping myself about something, and I just didn't want to bring that energy to the lunch with Logic Man. So
Oh, yeah.
I didn't push to go, and you were like, "Hey, Daniel, you're almost done," and I just didn't say anything because I just didn't want to bring that to you guys, and that sucks. But I do that. I'll tell her that before. She'll be like, "Hey, well, I thought you were going to do the thing," and I'm like, "No."
I think it's
Good
just
thing about me and Logic Man, we don't absorb
know.
any
You're
energy.
right. I
You
know.
sit there
I
having a
know.
full freak out. I'll be
I-
eating myself. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
I didn't think that one out. I could have been fine.
I don't care how you feel.
what do you think I'm doing? Like, we're not
What
talking
do
about
you think of
anything.
Tua?
Like, I would never ask you. You going through something? I know.
I'm literally crying eating a meatball sub.
recognize any sort of problems you're having.
I think since COVID started, I've prioritized some friendships over others because I think friendship too is a two-way street. They have to, care about you as much as you care about them as well. But I think it's super hard too because if your friends have kids or if they don't have kids, then they don't realize that they time suck a lot of you away.
Oh, yeah. People that don't have kids don't wanna be
husbands
around you.
time suck a lot of you away. And life just sucks. And so you have to find
And
those
sometimes
people.
you're sucking your husband because he's wants that all the time. He's like,
Right.
"Hey, it's a time suck.
You have to find those people that are okay with, hey, we can maybe only get together once a month or maybe talk once a month and go from in there. But I mean,
I only have one friend, and it's Dansby, and I just hang out with him.
That's an old man. They don't need friends.
It's just me and Dansby, and then once I get my golf cart,
What do
the
you need
cycle's
friends
complete.
for?
I just drive around on a golf cart with a PB dog until I die.
See, I can't relate to this and Summer's question because she's like, obviously, other people need certain back and forths from other people to like.
And you don't
a bit of-
require
yeah,
that.
just nothing wrong.
Also, you
I
guys,
am not programmed.
also
need.
something that you and Crystal have done that I absolutely 1,000,000% admire is the connection that you guys still have to your core group of adolescent friends. I think that's rad. Not everybody gets that. Like I have a little bit of it with one friend, and I consider myself very lucky to have that. You guys have it with almost 15 people or something. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's really cool.
Yeah, but
I
I'm
do
not.
love that.
I'm not talking to them.
Well, but you have the ability
You
to.
don't need
Well,
to have
the
to talk
rest
to
of
these
us
people.
are talking to each
Right.
other daily.
That's what I mean.
You don't chime in very often.
Well,
I had Andrea remove
fill
me
him
from the
in.
group because I was like, God damn, they talk too much.
That's what I said. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, look at my new cool. That was just for the camping trip. I'm like, these motherfuckers, check me out.
Like-
no,
I saw you remove yourself, and I'm like, I wonder why Daniel left the chat.
it was draining my phone battery. That's all. That's all. It was just murdering my battery.
Like I hadn't seen Andy in 4 years, and then I would we were back in my back patio, talking for 3 hours. Then the night he came into town or whatever, just out in the back patio. And then Crystal the next day she's like, "Oh, is Andy dating anybody or what's his relationship status now?" I have no idea. Never asked about that. I would never
So you
ask.
sat back for 3 hours, like lovely weather we were having.
No,
what do you think about Tua?
We talked about Bitcoin and Tua. And he explained to me the whole economic system, how it works.
all right.
And then
But nothing about,
I told him about the
him or,
podcast
how's he
business.
doing? Or-
No. We just we talked about that. No one talks about how we're doing. What do you mean? What, doesn't even make any sense why you'd ask me that. What do you think? How I'm doing is how my Bitcoin is doing. It's shitty.
So wait, that's how you're doing?
No, I'm just saying it's just unemotional people. I think operate in a different way.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
If emotional people want something emotional reciprocation from the friend that makes them feel good. It's like therapy, right?
Yeah.
But I think
I'm
it's
trying to understand
understanding that friend as well, because I have some friends that I won't talk to for a long, long time, but we can pick up if they come to town or if we get together, we can pick up and it's fine. But I've had to really learn and teach myself that over the years, because Daniel and I had some friends in the past that never reciprocated, and I had to be like, okay, so I need to stop considering them super close because I'm not getting what I need from this relationship, and I
My God,
held
you
them
got
at arm's length.
Pretty
so.
balanced person over here. It's fucking disgusting.
I've done a lot of soul searching on friendships.
Apparently.
and stuff.
Good Lord.
I have a hard time, and I would agree with Summer, making friends at this age, but I feel like that has been true for me since my early 20s. And I don't know why. I'll go even now that I have something in common with another mom, some classmate of one of the kids, and we'll go have a play date or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just find the conversation to be agonizing. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, they're just
what
not
I
your
do.
people.
That's
You
honest.
can't force a friendship.
I know, but
Yeah.
where are the people who are like me? I don't think
Yeah.
I fit in with anybody.
Other
I
dads-
can't find other people who are like
Yeah,
me.
I think it's just going
hard.
to happen.
I don't vibe with other dads. They come over to me at birthday parties and shit. I'm just like, get the fuck away from me. I don't want you
Daniel,
disgusting.
I want to be able to sit quietly with
You
someone.
have to have more in common than just having kids.
Yeah, no, I know, but I guess
But
even
you
before,
you would feel more comfortable hanging out with all the dads than the
I
women
would.
anyway.
I know, and
because
I hate
you've always
being
been
that.
like that.
I feel like that's women look at that person and they're like, I don't know, it's
Some do,
negative
yeah.
or something. But
Like
I
you're a
really
pick-me
just
girl.
generally do feel better. I'd rather hang out with the dads for sure.
And I'd rather hang out with the ladies.
Yeah. Some people, this is the way people are wired. They're born that way.
And I feel rude, sometimes we have people come over to the house and I want to just go in the pool and drink beer with you guys.
You should.
But then I feel like I
You
got to
should.
be
We want
inside
you out
having
there.
coffee talk or something.
what
No, we
makes
want you out
happy.
there. Come out there. Pull your titties
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Get in the
Daniel
But then
pool.
all the
Let's
women
do
are
it.
looking at who does she think she
Yeah,
is?
she's out there with her titties out. Floating in the pool. A
but
hussy.
I used to
Right? Like they think you're like a
I don't know.
There are certain
What's wrong with her? She doesn't like us.
You know what's funny is that
Yeah.
Stop worrying about them so much.
Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy.
I've analyzed this before, but
The
like
truth is, you don't like them that much.
So-
So whatever. Who cares?
From growing up in Miami, okay, and this is a stereotype, but it seems to be true, and it could just be true with my friends. So I'm not saying, I'm not racist.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
got
saying-
you. I got
But from growing up in Miami, we found that a lot of our friends who, like their wives, and maybe it's a Hispanic wife thing, that have a lot more power and are not subservient as much as the stereotypical. I feel like the woman has her place and the man has his place.
Right.
It seems like less of that in as far as like a lot of, we joke around, our friends' wives yell at them about what they're not doing, and they
Right.
make the fucking rules or whatever. They're just like,
Right,
well,
right.
this fucking idiot. Like they
Mama's
speak
the
up,
boss.
and so then when we all hang out, there's never been where like, and I've seen this in up here where like I'll go somewhere and then all the dudes will like go and talk by the grill, the stereotype of the dudes talking by the grill,
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
the ladies will just hang up in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then me and Crystal,
I like that.
we've been in this. I like it too. I'm like,
It's weird. I don't know.
I'm like,
It is weird, but
this is the America I signed up for.
yeah, I'm like, all right.
And then it makes
No
me laugh because I know every
I
time
wonder
we
if
do
that's an old school thing.
it is, but it
Yeah.
seems like an old school thing. But
I feel like that I don't
Relate to it
encounter that much.
Yeah. right.
We
And
didn't
so-
either, but I encounter every once in a while when we go to certain like functions or something, or certain groups of people. It'll be like the men and women separate, and then I'll talk to husbands and wives all hang out together.
Yeah.
and
and I don't fit in there. I don't know what to do there. Because I feel like if I go to the guys, it's awkward, and not even that. I mean, I don't know. Like at birthday I guess all I'm doing is kid stuff. I'm talking about birthday parties and
You know, the
play
hardest
dates,
thing
you
to do
know?
at birthday parties is to hide your drinks. You know, like
Yeah.
I do
Hey,
that.
Oh, we're starting to get into the drop off now. Have you guys done a
Yeah.
drop off?
Oh, yeah. This is-
you guys have been into the
It's-
drop
well,
off.
Maisie-
She's done a sleepover already.
Yeah, she don't give a fuck.
I
Maisie
took-
does anything. She's just a weirdo.
Max did his very first drop off play date.
Oh, it's the best.
And I'd never dropped my child off at another person's house before, so it was like really different.
Traumatizing a
No, it
little
wasn't traumatizing. It was just like, okay, like I
Yeah.
met the dad, and I'm like, all right, I don't know you, but it was fine.
Today we're going to be playing yard darts.
Well, he told me, he's like, we're going to go to the mall, and I'm like, oh God, you're driving somewhere, you're going to a mall, like I don't know.
You don't
him.
need a car
Are you
seat.
going to watch
Just
it?
put him in the back of the pickup.
But it was fine. And then Max told me about how he went to the soap store and he bought soap.
That's what Maisie buys.
And the friend that we dropped him off at was a girl, and she told him that.
Did you
he
hear
had
our
to-
theory on that?
we did.
Did you hear our theory on
Did you
that?
talk about this already?
Well, yes, I did.
yeah,
And they
no.
did make fun of me because they're like, it's like the dad is like, we need to
We're
go
going
buy
to get you some nice
soap.
clothes and a bar of soap and get that
Aw,
good
my
mattress.
baby.
Because you're from Castleberry, right?
And you wear dirty clothes.
It became
Castleberry
Castleberry
Blindside. And they're like, this
I'm
kid
fine.
needs some soap. And when's the last time someone checked your teeth?
He has no teeth. So
Neither does
bad.
Maisie. Her front two are gone.
Oh, he's missing like 4 right here.
Oh, nice. I love it.
Oh, yeah.
The mall. I told you the mall's still popping.
Altamont is.
Max is
Woo!
going. Max is going to be a little fashionista. He's buying his soap. He's going to the mall. He's going to be going into like Hot Topic. I hope he goes goth or punk rock.
No, he's not going to go.
Is he poppy?
He's good. He's pop. He's to
He's
do whatever
poppy?
Justin Bieber tells him to do.
Hey, all right, all right.
Yeah, he's a believer.
Let's take another.
What does he think about Selena and Haley Baldwin?
Oh, he doesn't know nothing.
Yeah. He just likes.
Oh,
the
I thought he was
sauce.
on TikTok. I don't know.
Yeah, he just likes dancing.
I like all the new pictures because of Haley and Selena's fights that Sam's told me about. Like now, there's a bunch of like counter publicity support for Selena's body,
Yeah.
and she's thick. I like it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah, baby.
there's a lot of pictures of her.
She has the most
Selena Gomez.
Instagram followers of all time.
Really?
Because of this fight. And
Oh.
she lost like
Is there a
1,000.
fight? I thought it was all manufactured by the followers.
Like, could be.
It always
Nothing even
is.
really actually
But
happened.
I think they're leaning into it.
I
thought
do
they-
too, yeah.
Okay.
The scenario Sam said.
There's some crazy
I was
shit,
like,
man.
This sounds like that happened. Like,
Yeah, when we lined up all the things that they're
Yeah, yeah.
doing,
With
it
the tattoo
definitely-
And
all
more
that
stuff is coming out about Haley. It's real creepy.
It is very, very weird. All of that celebrity news and more when we return. So I was eating it last night, and
Come on.
I thought it would be a lot better if I
Come on.
swung by Fair Villa and got my wife some new negligees, some new sexy lingerie, at our good friends, Fairville Mega Store, multiple locations.
Yeah, brand new location in Sanford,
Yeah.
right off Reinhardt Road. If you haven't been there, we went by, did an ACT podcast there, and
We made Lake Mary Magazine. Look for that. Look for the photo of us interviewing Deborah. We are a big deal, guys.
And whether you want, like Daniel said, lingerie, whether you want some, they've got novelty gifts, they've got some weed-inspired novelty gifts,
Yeah.
they've got regular gifts.
If you're
an
going
adult
to
section.
a bachelor party, if you're going to
Yeah.
a bachelorette party, if you're...
You want costumes.
costuming for festival time, if you're doing a white elephant exchange or a party where you need like
Yeah.
some sort of funny gift, don't go to the stores that we all know. Go to Fairvilla, especially go to the Mega Store.
Yeah.
Also, that Sanford location that's brand new. They got
It's
a lot
great.
of really nice lingerie in there. And ladies, you stop by there. They're always doing workshops, little pop-ins where they here have a glass of champagne and shop. It's just an upscale, nice store.
Yeah, they got Fairville University online,
Yep.
so those are online.
If you want to learn how to eat it,
yeah,
they got you covered.
They have professionals that'll
They do.
teach you
Yeah.
how to eat it.
They have professional eating people.
They got location in the Keys.
Yep.
They got location on Secrets Hideaway in Kissimmee, over on I-Drive and the coast.
Yes.
Lots of Fairvilla locations. You can find them all at fairvilla.com.
Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom. So we're recording this a little bit early because we're going to be on vacation for spring break.
Yeah,
and
buddy.
So you guys are going to Myrtle Beach, right?
To visit family, which is something I typically don't do, but I told Andrea in 2023, and it's actually inspired by you guys. Like, namely, I'll have to say Crystal, not you, because I don't want to inflate your ego any more than it's already pumped up. But like, Crystal does a very good job of like, cousin has a wedding, I'm going. My brother's doing something, I'm going. Like, and I don't do any of that shit.
Well, I think after your parents passed,
I shut down.
You needed some time to take a
It's
moment.
hard to be around my family without my mom and dad. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a weird thing, like being because I know that it's
They
like
were your conduit to
yeah.
like,
And
Right.
and they know that like it's like every time I'm around them, and I'm probably just feeling this, but I'm like around them, and I'm like, yes, they died. Like that's how it feels.
Right. Some of these.
Like I feel like I'm just looking. I'm like, yes, it's just me.
do you know them? Like, do you feel like you know them?
Yeah,
very
you're
well,
close.
very
Okay.
close, very
All right.
close.
Well, then, yeah.
So
Some family, just because they're family doesn't mean that you know them.
I'm not
You know what
close
I
with
mean?
my
Like,
Right.
Strangers.
right.
Yeah, right. Like,
yeah,
you're
like
just gonna go hang
Shaquille
out with-
O'Neal. Biological didn't bother. I know the song.
No. So yeah, we're gonna go up there. I know it's
Myrtle Beach. We're
I
going
know
to
it's like
Myrtle
the
Beach.
I drive of South Carolina, but I think we're gonna do some just hokey,
Touristy stuff.
touristy
Yeah.
stuff, and then
There's some-
meet up with some
There
family.
we might be able to catch a baseball game while we're there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be super cold though.
Yeah, it is supposed to be super cold.
Yeah, there's some sort of Arctic chill coming,
Yeah,
isn't
and
there?
we're
Yeah.
taking Dansby.
Yeah, we are taking
In the
Dansby,
car.
and he is
That long.
diarrhea machine.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
We're
diarrhea
on-
in the car. He's diarrhea
We're on a week
everywhere.
and a day of just straight diarrhea. He's been to the vet twice. And
Yeah, he's just pumping it out, just like soft serve.
How long is the drive?
Poor buddy.
7 hours.
7 hours.
Yeah, oh, it's gonna be stinky.
So I'm hoping to stop twice. Three
Yeah, that's what
times?
we're hoping.
Do you give Maisie the iPad the whole time? Because
It-
we
A little bit, but
Yeah.
then she's like, I'm done watching this.
See, that's
And
the
she's
thing.
got the dog now. Oh, so
Yeah.
will and be interesting.
Like, if we give Max the iPad for 12 hours, he will have it for 12 hours and will never get tired
I
of it.
admire that dedication.
Every single, and that could be
That's
every day
addiction.
for
that's
a
a good
month.
That's a good programmer.
He will never stop.
I'm gonna have to, guide. We're gonna have to guide that addiction gene, if he's got it or whatever, towards something positive for sure. I'm gonna indoctrinate.
Get him out there with you in the weight bench in the garage.
He does enjoy like push-ups and working out. He uses my
There you go.
rower.
Make him a fitness man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, it's gonna have to be. The energy has to be pointed somewhere because I'm gonna indoctrinate that pain pills are like poison. If you do them once, that you'll die.
I mean, for some people, that's true.
some extreme thing
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
really.
but
get
he's
him.
gonna have friends at school that do it, and
Yeah.
then
Well,
they're gonna try and get him to try.
If
it.
you can indoctrinate him
like my
early
buddy,
enough,
my friend Billy does it, and
Yeah.
he's not dead.
Yeah. Because,
Well, your uncle and your aunt are.
yeah, I'll say.
Yeah,
That's
There
what
you
I'm
go.
gonna
Throw
tell
it in their face.
We got those too.
His-
It's all rampant through the
Yeah,
family.
you know, although it's not as prevalent nowadays, so that you don't have to worry about that. But there's other things.
I
you
can't
know.
even get them, man.
I heard you skiing though, crazy amounts of snow.
Yeah, I think you guys
So
are gonna
please be
have
careful.
a-
Dude, Xanax
Oh,
is still really popular with
Yeah,
the
no, yeah.
teens.
Anything,
so.
yeah. Just whatever pills. I mean, like, no. The skiing, and this goes into I didn't even tell you. I talked to David Lawrence about scuba diving.
Oh, yeah.
And you can get them certified at 10. I
Yeah.
was wrong.
I saw he has a summer camp. It came up on my
Nice.
Facebook. He does a scuba diving summer camp.
Yeah,
That sounds super
So
fun.
I'm bringing them in June, and they're gonna.
I know
get into
Andrew
scuba
was
for the first time.
interested. Yeah, that's dope.
I'll let you
Yeah,
know.
let her know.
I'll give you his wife's number or whatever. But
TC is always so in a hurry to get the kids
Right, because I'm
doing
like,
the
wait,
thing. that-
Tommy's the only one. He's only going to be 9.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
how you're just going to?
Well, you can do. There's something called bubble makers that they can do at 8.
I do that in the tub.
It's like a junior patty certification, then you can get fully certified at 10. But
Like a
so
learner's
they'll
permit.
start doing like little, you do it in 6 feet of water. You have to be with an instructor, stuff like that. But
That's
it
cool.
just gets them comfortable with it. And
But yeah, he's rushing. He's like once.
yeah, TC.
Oh,
he always,
yeah.
like, no,
Force him to grow up too fast.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you wanted them to be babies the
no,
whole time.
I mean, when
He
Tommy
wants a little
turned
bit of both.
on Tommy's 3rd birthday, he bought him that 4-wheeler and just sent him out into the street, and then he like flipped it on himself.
And it works
and
in Miami. They do the wheelie. I've seen it.
the
You
12
slip into the
o'clock
street.
boys.
Yeah.
Do the boys care? Are they like excited? Do they care about?
They don't care.
yeah. They don't care about
They don't care
anything.
about anything. We
They're
just
like they're old men, which is infuriating.
But
to
wait,
me,
you care about doing adventures with them, so do they care about doing adventures with somebody?
No, it's just I didn't care when I was their age.
Okay.
Or it's just like now I don't know why the hell I'm obsessed with it. But like I just want them to teach them how to scuba dive so we can go on scuba diving.
But you
adventures.
said that when you said, like, hey guys, scuba diving, they're like, yeah!
Yeah, but I could say anything. I could say Legoland. Yeah. Why? We're like it's be like we're going to the park. Yeah, they'll just
Right.
say yay.
Yeah, I
like
got you.
they're down. So it's not like believe me, if they were excited about doing anything, I'd be excited about doing it with them. But
it is
so I have
hard
to-
because it's like if you ask them what they want to do, they don't have a thing. It's not like one of them's into baseball and one of them's into soccer.
It's
or
not like Maisie with dance, where she's like she's
Right.
dedicated.
I got
herself
it.
to
There's
something.
nothing.
Yeah.
Like I give them a million choices and they're like, I don't know, pick one. Like they
That's
just
very
don't.
Tom.
It's very Tom,
Yeah.
but it's for
It is
me.
very Tom.
It's frustrating
Oh,
because
yeah. Oof.
I don't always want to be the one picking everything, and I like now I feel like my destiny is to like just always be the one making the decisions, and when they're not happy, it's my fault because I picked it.
What would be the if you just said, I'm not going to pick for you?
Oh, they
They wouldn't do
nothing.
anything.
Yeah, but you have no iPad. You have no, you literally, okay, you can do nothing. You just be walking around in a circle in our home.
Oh,
Like
without the
you gotta,
iPad
yeah,
or-
you got to cut
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
off and
cut
say
it
like,
off.
hey,
Right, yeah.
I don't know
Yeah,
what
really
they do.
Then that forces them to think about what they might
yeah,
actually
I do a
want
lot
to
of
do.
those where I'm like, I want my iPad. I'm like, well, you don't have it, so I don't know what's gonna
I'm
happen.
not. Max gets driven crazy, and Tommy's like, "I'll just daydream."
Like yeah,
That's a
they're like,
good
"Hi."
skill. That's a great skill to have.
Yeah, but then he daydreams and then he writes books. That's creative.
That's great.
Yeah, no, that's
actually, yeah. I mean, from heaven to heck, part 2. You gotta do part
Yes.
2.
horrible bitch.
The
Did he kill her when he said that?
I don't know.
it was a dragon.
I
thing
told
the
him
other
he
day.
had to stop writing bad words in books, and then so now he
Censorship.
does the talk bubble, and he just writes bad words. Like he actually writes bad words.
I think he's like, I know what they're saying.
It's all in my head.
It's a secret message.
Anyway, do we have any more questions? And then I'll.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, are you going to get to your gripes now?
I'll get to my gripes.
Get your gripes.
Okay.
I probably have a few gripes here, too.
Let's talk about a laundry. I feel like
Loads for loads?
No. Chris is going.
no.
Chris is going negative, but I feel like we need in society a better system for someone else to do this laundry, and for us to just like, why don't we have the Uber of laundry?
We do.
They do
They
have
do have
that.
It's called Sud Share.
It's not as good as it should be.
Sudshare.
If I get on there, is it worth it? Like, will the person?
Nothing's
You
worth
asked
it.
if
Don't you
we
know
need
that
this,
nothing
and I'm
is
telling
worth
you there's
Listen,
a solution.
I just
That's my day every day here. He asks a question, I Google it, I give him the answer, he refuses the answer.
Yes,
Well, the
that's
fact
my
that
life.
Or it's not
everybody,
good enough.
Well, don't
everybody's
give
not
out the
doing
formula
it.
to the fucking show. Everybody will start doing it. God
damn.
damn.
Well, I'm just looking.
They
at
have the
driving me nuts.
Listen, easy wash, drop it off, wash, dry, and fold. $1.50 a pound.
And now
bad.
she started using different
Well, there's a-
detergent. We got this smelly detergent that I really love. So now we can never go back. We use the Buff City Soaps detergent, and it's so good. It smells so good that I can never go back to any other detergent now.
I'm just saying, why don't we just do that all the time, and so you're not so stressed out about getting the laundry.
You got to
done.
get on a
Listen,
schedule.
And then
I
we
could
just-
do the laundry if I would. It's just I don't do it for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden I'm like, where did all this come from?
Right.
2 outfits a day on 4 people. I mean, that stuff adds up.
Can you do it every
Towels and
night?
sheets.
A
Andrea,
load every night.
Why is Tom not helping?
I don't want to do that.
Wait, no, I have a reminder in my thing
Oh, no, don't
that
do
says
this. What are you
every
doing?
night laundry, colors. And I know that seems so trivial.
No,
but
it's not.
It,
Oh,
I
Alexa,
need that sign.
Alexa reminds us, and Crystal gets mad at the robot.
no.
She's like, Alexa, stop!
No.
And she gives it a fucking shitty
I do that.
I'm like, you asked it to give you a
Hey,
reminder.
don't you worry. I'm right here with you.
Yeah. But then you're not
getting mad at the
there.
robot for something you asked it to do.
I set a reminder for her after the guys leave to go to school. It says, throw in a load of laundry because it's so easy. Like,
Oh,
she
positive.
says that
It's a
to
positive.
me.
Oh,
and then
my
I'm
God.
like, Alexa, shut up!
I like this. I like that. I do the same thing. I set an
Don't
alarm.
tell me what to do.
I set an alarm to sneak into Maisie's room because she wanted me to come in there and watch iPad with her on a Saturday when she gets her iPad. And the alarm went off, and I fucking flipped out. I'm like, stop! Stop!
And he didn't know what device it was. He didn't know if it was an Alexa. He didn't know if it was a Google. He didn't know if it was Siri.
I think I was still
and I'm
drunk.
like,
I was like
God.
floating somewhere in the stratosphere. It's terrible. I understand.
I hate
Crystal.
laundry. I really do.
I
don't mind putting it in there and
Right,
then
it's the
moving it to the
folding.
dryer.
Why don't
I
you do the
want
laundry for your wife, and then maybe you'll get a little more action?
No, he won't.
Okay.
Here's a butt end. A butt end.
Well, there's like I'll do the laundry.
You
if,
just don't do it right.
if there's some sort of ticket.
Oh,
A ticket system.
Yeah.
Loads for
Let's
loads.
talk about the ticket
The
system.
ticket is that you
Yeah.
and your family have clean clothes.
And your wife's not stressed
I don't
out.
care about that. I'll wear the same jeans every day. I'm like, it doesn't matter to me.
I wear a lot of the same jeans. Jeans are fine, but
And
t-shirts.
that's why parents are buying your kids soap.
Oh.
Let's talk about the garage.
I got you real.
Because I walk through the garage, through the tunnels, and on the sides.
It's your garage. It's all your stuff, and it's all stuff that you refused to put away in the right place.
Have you seen mine lately?
No.
It's like 3.0. It's so
Daniel,
good.
come to our house, please, and do our
I'll
garage.
do it. I
No,
have
you can't.
I have offered before
have
that
to be
because
able to
I
get
enjoy
rid
There's
of
it.
nowhere to
stuff.
put this
I
stuff.
enjoy it because what's really fun to me is, but you guys wouldn't like it. I guarantee you wouldn't like it because I would be throwing
Yeah, you
some
gotta
shit.
throw away stuff.
I would be, first thing I would do, you know what I would
don't
do, and I'm not even
understand.
going to say it. I would take the French witch, I'd break it.
Every 4 months, we take everything out of the garage and throw away half of what's in there.
Okay.
And it just gets more full. I don't know what is happening in there. I don't
Is there a
understand
White
it.
Claw rug in there now?
There is a White Claw rug in there.
Yeah.
I brought that. Hold on.
I need that rug.
I'll bring you the rug
Bring it
back.
Bring it back.
Yeah,
I need to put it under my scooter. It's leaking oil everywhere.
I don't get it.
You know,
The Sapo game is in there now?
I
Where-
Why is the Sapo game in there?
Where was it before? I don't even know where it
Storage unit that he was stealing money from the company.
came. Oh, yeah.
That's what it
It was
all
in the
is.
storage unit.
Yeah, he
I
drained the
get-
storage
yeah,
unit.
it
I
was with
gave
the
Samantha
reindeer.
our old stinky deep freezer.
It smells like fish.
Is it the deep freezer
Yeah,
that
I
you
asked her, like,
scared?
hey, Sam, how's that
Oh,
deep freezer
no.
going? She goes, it's airing out. I go, oh, my God. That shit ain't going to be
I accidentally closed
He
the
closed
door.
it. I
put-
left it open on
I was
purpose.
wrapping some present or some shit. And
I know what you're doing. You're mixing up big boy. Yeah, you.
Daddy's drunk again.
Some people it's a freezer. Other people it's
then I forgot
it's
to
a
open
bar.
it. And then when I opened it, I was like, oh, fucking goddamn stinks
was like,
like
fruit
mildew.
fly.
And then me and Chris were like, God, I cleaned it before we give this to someone.
Was this the one that she scared you with so bad?
There's some
Yeah,
Febreze.
yeah.
Spray some Febreze in there.
Well, there's another element.
What
of
was
this.
in there? What was in the deep freeze?
No, it was just, I don't know, frozen food or whatever, but we emptied it and then I took everything out and I wiped it, but it was still
Yeah, it still
wet,
gets musty,
you know?
yeah.
So I left the door open so that it would dry with fresh air, but he shut it and it probably stayed shut for 2 weeks and then it stunk. So then we were spraying in trying to clean it, but it was
Then I gave it to Samantha and I was like, it has a smell. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. Put everything in bags. Put everything in bags. It'll be fun. It'll be nice. Still gets cold as ice.
It just needs to be cleaned.
Well, speaking of the deep freezer, we had this deep freezer, and it was it seemed to me not be working as well because we filled it from bottom to top, and I don't think.
So Tom just giving me his trash.
Closer than the dump.
I didn't mention
Wait,
that part.
it works, right?
Closer than
Yeah,
the
I mean-
dump.
I filled it all the way, like every square centimeter was filled from bottom to top, and the stuff on the top wasn't freezing. And I read that it's because the cold air can't get up there. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's just
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah. It
solid
needs to have
block.
Yeah, it's gotta have some space. Oh,
Can't be
yeah,
a hoarder. Anyway, so Crystal got this new,
freezer.
this new big one, big boy, like that you open
Well,
like
that's
a
a hoarder with a brand new house.
Oh man.
And we stuffed that full. I
Put out that baby homemade baby food.
Yeah, we-
They're 9 years old.
we stuffed that in there good. Then I look around, and then I like the kids like Christmas presents. Those big blue balls. They're still in my front yard. By
Give
the
me
way.
those. Give me one of those.
And they're half deflated, and they're just sitting there.
Mildew, black.
Yeah.
Okay, you're complaining about the yard is yours, the garage is yours. This is all stuff that's your responsibility.
Yeah, throw your shit out,
You're
man.
somehow complaining.
Let
for
me-
Suck the air out of those things. Put them away.
You wouldn't be able to let me do your garage, right? Like if you guys went away.
let Daniel
Yeah,
and I come
please.
over and do
we'd
your garage.
crush
Throw
it.
everything away.
I would
Guess what?
And I'd organize your tools. I'd wipe down
He's
your
gonna
tools.
fill it right back up.
These tools smell like they were in a butthole.
That's old. That's old tools smell like that.
That's what he says,
No,
but
you
I
have
don't
to-
think
There's
so.
a way to get that
You had
off
to
of there.
shellac them again.
They
oxidation.
smell really
Yeah,
bad.
Sam's right. There's
Yeah,
a way
Trav had to do that with his like uncle's tools.
Yeah,
that he
that's
passed
my
down to him.
dad
Yeah.
and
Dip 'em.
stepdad's
You can
old
dip 'em.
tools.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'll dip
dipping
your
anything.
tools. I'll set them aside. I'll
Then
dry
get
them.
rid of them.
They're all piled
They
in.
smell like butthole.
It's like Wally's house.
Like Wally.
But it stinks like a butthole. And I can't get rid of it.
I'd wipe down all the saws and organize them in the way that they should be used with spaces so you could walk over and cut something.
I'll think.
Oh, it'd be great, man.
Is it
Sweep it out real nice. Get all the leaves in the corners. Throw away any boogie board that's in there.
There's-
Wipe up oil. Put down cat litter to really get it up.
Crystal has a thing where she doesn't like to waste, and if something could be used, she doesn't want it to go
This
to
is
waste.
what hoarders say. This is what hoarders say. Yeah, they go, that's a meatball. There's a lot of good meat on that meatball. Wrap it back up in the foil.
And if you throw away the stuff, which somehow they know where everything is, like everything in the pile, they know. And if you throw it away, they get very upset.
wait, hold on.
'cause they didn't have some sort of emotional.
You gotta say goodbye to it. Yeah.
Yes,
Hold
you
on
have
a
to
second.
thank it for its
There was a bag with 4 Dixie cups from from 3 Super Bowls ago in here. Where'd that go? Where'd you put that?
Oh, okay,
There's a bag with 4 Super Bowl cups in there from a party 4 years ago. Where?
And so you guys,
One of those things.
you guys can't come and just throw everything away because it's going to
Be
cause
too
a lot of
traumatizing.
problems. That traumatized Crystal. Like you could do it to me. I'm not emotionally
So if
attached
you
to
walked
anything.
and saw the
So
garage, you'd be-
next wife cast should be from your garage as we.
No, I don't
Have you
want
seen
to.
the show? It takes too long because they have to go through everything, and then they're lying. They're like, "This means a lot." Someone gave this to me, and you're lying. You're making them up.
Wait, are you talking about me right now?
No, I'm just a hoarders in general.
You're
I'm not a
generalities.
hoarder.
I know you're not, but I'm just saying you have hoarder-like tendencies when it comes to being like not wanting to
Yeah.
just throw away everything we have.
Are
Well,
you
No.
using your roof space? Like the bikes can be hung
We don't have
from
roof
the roof.
space.
Oh yeah,
because our-
it's in the room too.
In the room. The whole roof is full of what?
That's right, I climbed
We don't
back
have
there as far as
space
I
there.
could.
Yeah, because he said you stuffed it.
Our garage is only 8 feet. It's as tall as our garage door. So when the garage door opens, it covers the ceiling. So
But you
there's
could hang
nothing.
you could drill into the ceiling then and hang the bike.
Well, how am I going to open the garage door
Yeah,
if there's a bike hanging right there?
Wait, you don't have it goes all the way. The garage door goes all the way back.
Our garage is literally the size of
Of the
our
garage
garage door. Like it's
Okay.
not. There
All
might
right.
be a couple.
And
of
you don't have any
feet.
side space.
No.
Yeah, there's side
'cause
space.
you've
We
got-
feel that.
Right.
Both
Yeah.
sides are full, and the top is full, and inside is full.
What's the most valuable thing? Well, not most valuable. What's the least valuable? What's the least valuable thing?
I mean,
in the garage.
Yeah, that takes up the most amount of space.
Probably the telescope.
If you picked one thing, telescope.
yeah, I see that telescope looking at the full garage.
because I can't figure out how to get it to hold still. I'm trying to look at the moon, and I'm like, I just.
And Crystal's out
That's not the
there.
telescope. That might be the wine.
Crystal's out in the middle of the cul-de-sac looking at the moon one night.
Because Mars.
In her negligee.
By the way, I'm just trying to sit and have a nice, relaxing night, and I hear Crystal like, "Hey, hey!"
God.
Come here! And then we all have to walk down all the way to the end of Golden State barefoot. I found the moon! It's 9 o'clock at night.
No.
Mama found the moon in her
I'm
necklace.
drunk. I'm like, I've seen the moon, and we have to look. Each take one at a time. Me, Tommy, and
How
Matt.
many Mississippis do you got to stare?
And then we have to look at the
Some
moon,
redneck.
and then we have to say something good.
Say something nice about the moon.
Look at the moon, make a wish out.
Such an asshole.
Was it a wish on the moon?
Yeah, they were like,
look
oh,
at that.
wow, wow.
It was the night that Mars was going to go behind the moon. It was a little off to the side,
Yeah.
but it was cool. Nobody appreciates the thing. You
messing
just want to
with you.
stare at your phone and not appreciate the beautiful things right in front of you.
I was just saying, you know how awesome TikTok is? It's a new video every single second.
I mean, you're looking at
is
the
just
moon,
there.
and I'm watching this black lady push all the cash registers and Burger King over. It is awesome.
And then
She's mad as fuck.
15 seconds in, up next thing. The next thing. Sorry.
All right.
Oh, I think we've done the Lord's work here
Yeah, I
today.
think we did. I think we did.
did it.
So let's
Really
all go
fast.
around the room and say something that we like about today, like the moon.
I like your ass.
Thank you. I can guarantee
Apparently,
that's a
TC
lie.
likes your ass.
I know.
You don't like my ass. I know you don't like my ass.
I was just making a
Amazing.
joke because I figured Daniel was going to go body
I
part
was going to
two.
go titties, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
Maisie
knew.
looks
See,
at
that's
my-
why you guys can't do a show away from each
Maisie
other.
looks at my ass all the time and is like, so much red bumps. Like, she's like, so many red bumps.
Are you walking around naked?
I gotta
in front of
check
me?
my poll
Yeah.
in the BDM group of
Yeah.
naked households
I'm
or
naked.
non-naked households.
I'm naked.
It was like
all
a
the time.
50-50.
It's pretty
Yeah.
close.
I'm naked.
This
Kids are
morning when
naked.
she was mad and crying and screaming about her clothes,
Okay.
he comes down and he goes, I have to come downstairs naked
I was butt
and
ass
yell at
naked.
you.
Yeah, I was butt ass naked. I was standing there.
that's
And I
right.
had hands on my hips.
On the stairs yelling at her.
Yeah.
When she's older, she's going to remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's going to see your dangling in her memory.
Yeah, well, that's not that impressive. I
Tom
mean,
says
I'm
he's
not
never.
saying she's going to be impressed.
Tom says he's never gonna not show his kids his ding dong.
my dad always showed me his ding dong till the day he died.
Yeah.
In fact, I think as he was dying, he was like, one more. You know, he's trying to get one more show.
Yeah. Because
It's 57% naked around the house and 43% no nudity around the house. But most of the responses are they don't stay naked in front of their children.
Yeah,
No, okay.
a lot of older daughters.
yeah.
kinda
Like,
skew
like I
that.
said, if I had girls, it may be different.
It
I
is
bet it would
different. I
be,
think it is
you know.
different. It
My
just-
boys are naked all the time, and they stand on the couch naked, and they helicopter their wiener.
Yeah.
I approve.
Yeah,
I mean, it's the best thing you guys are doing in the house.
I mean,
All
they're
they talk
sitting
about
on each
is
other's face with their
wieners.
butthole. Oh, they are fucking gross.
Yeah. They are just penis. They draw penises. I'm like, no, tone that down. I'm like, don't draw that.
Tommy drew. He wrote a book. I don't know what it was called, like the No Squares or some shit like
He
that.
wrote a book called The
And-
No-Nos.
yeah,
Man.
and he
Because that's
drew-
that song on YouTube. It's it's about being molested.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yes, I'm 100%. I
Oh my
told
God.
Tom this.
Did
and he's like,
Macklemore
it's fine.
I better listen to it.
The no square is your genitals.
I thought it was
What do you
because.
mean? That's a Hollywood Squares.
Oh well, let's not talk about that.
It's fine.
Hey, flying too close to the sun.
Okay, you guys have a great trip.
Have fun skiing.
That's why I deleted the YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
I did, yeah. I deleted it.
So what are they going to watch now?
They
on
watch
iPad?
kids YouTube.
Yeah, kids YouTube is fine. It
Yeah.
is. Well,
Is it, though?
it's not good.
It's not
but
as bad.
It's not as
I
bad.
hope.
They found some workaround though. Remember, Tommy was like, "I
He
saw you
hacked it?
drunk on YouTube."
He's like,
He was lying.
"See, I told you. They've
VPN.
never seen
You
me
guys
drunk."
live in denial.
There's
They've
no
never
way
seen
on
me
kids'
drunk.
YouTube they're looking
Yeah.
up Drunky the Bear and finding anything.
Well, I showed them that a couple times, but I just show them the stunts, not like
Do
the
they have access
embarrassing-
to a web browser? Because you can
No.
search Drunky the Bear and it'll go right to a video.
No, they don't have access to it.
Yeah,
But
Maisie
it's not
doesn't
bad.
know that's a thing.
Oh,
It-
searching for things?
No.
Yeah. Our sons don't really know. Do
Yeah.
they? Do they
A
know?
little bit, but not really. I don't think they know to search on a web. Maybe I don't
Yeah,
know.
she doesn't even know what that
But they
is.
don't have access to it. So
I got to the point where they asked me how to spell things I don't know, and then now I just I tell them to yell at Alexa,
Yeah.
and the Alexa will
does
spell.
Yeah, that's what Maisie does too. I'm
Yeah,
like,
because
just,
it got to the point I could just literally could not spell it.
the third grade word.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to spell it.
Yeah. It's too hard. I'm like, the robot will do everything for you.
Yeah, that's your new dad.
It'll do math problems,
Ask
everything.
Chat GPT.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Anything? You guys have anything to plug?
I do
Would
not.
you like to plug anything?
I have nothing
Would
to
you like
plug.
something to plug?
I'd like to plug
All right.
BartTheRealtor.com.
There you go.
All right,
Are you guys
Don't
still on the
forget
book for
about
tomorrow?
us.
Are you guys,
We're not on the books for tomorrow. We were going to come in. We were really excited to come in and do an
Yeah, you guys had
ACT
a
with
whole
you guys.
Big, you guys had a
We
big
had-
announcement.
We did. We had
Yeah.
this huge announcement
Yeah,
we were going
huge
to make.
announcement.
Really exciting stuff. We were giving away a house.
But you got bumped.
But yeah,
You
we got bumped.
Yeah.
TC forgot to
Jimmy
put
Fallon
it
over here
in the
bumped you for it,
calendar,
yeah.
so we will not be able to give
He's
away
got
that
the girl
house.
that plays Wednesday coming in to do that stupid thing where they pull the lever and then they have to do impressions while they sing.
Oh, that's not as good as
That
us.
show
But
sucks.
all right,
You know, just ask Sam. Well, like, yeah, schedule me in, and
Yeah.
then she just does it, and then I don't have to because he asked me, and then I have to
But
look.
I feel like if I circumvent you and go to Sam, I almost feel like that's rude. You know what
To
I'm
who?
saying? To Sam.
Oh,
No, it makes my life easier.
I'll tell you, it's rude to go to the owners and bother us with something so trivial. Is what
Well,
I
like
would
I
say.
live with you, so I don't want her to be like, why is she asking me to do this when she
No,
can just
I know
tell
why you're
this?
asking.
that's a good thing.
I work with this man every day.
Yeah.
If it's
I know
about-
why you're asking.
If it's about the schedule, I just message.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. When you're like,
Okay.
when the kid doesn't show up to get in the van to clean the mall, you know why? You have to ask the parents.
No.
Like
I don't get that at
You know
all.
the answer. We getting out of here?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a wonderful spring break, everybody. We appreciate you. We love you. And we will see you back here next Friday.
Hold on, fellas. Oh, wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.